Hey, Froggy, you get another package. I'm sorry. Oh, I apologize. I'm wrong. Hal Herman has another package, yeah.
Hal's becoming quite the popular guy.
But I can feel the form factor inside, and it's another one.
Oh, God, no, stop sending these. Let's not make this a habit.
It's another one.
How many do you need?
Hang it from your antenna of your car to show your support for the show.
I am fondling and molesting the Amazon package right now. Yeah, you can see this on MJTV. All right, we'll do the grand reveal coming up a little later, but I can feel the ball. It's another ball gag.
Well, Hal Herman can't do another ball gag karaoke.
Oh, yes, we can.
He got sick.
Oh, I think we do another one.
I think we try it out with Roxanne this time, maybe.
No, not happening.
Come on, we got 3 unused ones now.
There are some things that Roxanne's good at. Ad-libbing is not one.
Oh, please. She's a great ad-libber.
Oh, really?
Oh, get him, Roxanne.
Wait, I'm sorry. When I have 3 loudmouths in here who, it's hard to get in the lane and ad-lib.
Was that a little harsh? Was that a little harsh at 6:02 in the morning?
This is your harshest. This is when you're really daggery
but I don't go to you for ad-libbing. It's
what are you talking about? That's what we do here.
But we don't do anything planned. Nothing is planned here.
All right. Maybe I didn't use the proper descriptive term.
Yeah, you did not.
Okay. So, yes, we all ad-lib, and nothing is scripted in here.
We just riff, as they say.
There you go.
Off the cuff.
So what is the terminology that I need to use that...
I think what you are thinking is that you don't come for me to back and forth improv as much as you do the guys.
Yeah, that was the word I was thinking of.
And you know what? I will agree with that. Y'all have known each other for 20 years?
Too long.
I've known you for not even 3. So there's a comfort level that you have with Froggy and Fester that you and I don't have, and that I don't don't have with the guys.
Well, how long is it going to take you to get comfortable with Roxanne? It's been 3 years.
Yeah, we're together for 3 years come October 5th. We're just weeks away from being in this room together for 3 freaking years.
I think you've gotten very comfortable, Roxanne. I think your ad-libbing is second to none.
Well, no.
Thank you.
Ad-libbing is not the right word. I guess it would be dramatization and live on the fly improv, I think, is the way.
I agree with that because especially Froggy, he's very, and Fester too, they get into character. This is what happens. I got scarred early on.
You were scarred
because
you
would
scalded.
do the
Scalded with boiling water.
Scarred, not scolded.
No, not scolded. It's scalded.
Scolded.
No, not SCOLD. Scalded. You said you were scarred, and I said, were you scalded? SCALD.
Yeah, sure.
Scalded.
Yes. Yeah. Early on when you would do the 911 calls, and I don't know why, I was just getting to know you, and I would just panic and freeze.
Okay.
911.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Well, I've come to you where I thought it was obvious what I was setting up, but I just wanted you to act out a scene or just kind of do some, and you've pretty much failed every single time that I've done that.
I froze.
So you know what I just thought of? There are, and I brought something up yesterday. I never paid it off, so I do apologize.
Hey.
I'll have to do it today. So yesterday, I had mentioned that I had an old memory from years ago just come back out of nowhere. And I don't know what causes that, but there are triggers where we haven't thought of things for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever. And we have certain triggers where things come back. And I mentioned this yesterday. I'm like, I had a memory, man. I just had something come back. And we got busy, and I never got a chance to bring it back up. So hold on. Let me just write this down so we can talk about this memory that I was bringing. And it has nothing to do with anything. It's just this funny manipulative memory that I have. But you know what else I just thought of?
What?
When I just said scalded, I just had this memory of being, I don't know, 7, 8 years old at my grandmother and grandfather's apartment complex after they had left Hollis, Queens in New York, along with, who was at Hollis, Queens? Was it, which
Run
rap?
DMC?
Yeah, there you go, thanks. Run DMC.
Yes.
Run DMC, Froggy, very good.
I'm okay at ad-libbing.
Very good.
Such an ad-libber over there.
So my grandparents and my mother grew up in Hollis, Queens, on something called Foothill Road or Foothill, and and they moved to Hollywood, Florida. So my grandfather, he had a heart attack, and the cold weather was bothering him, and he had to pee like every 3 minutes. And they moved to Florida, as many grandparents do. They moved from New York to Florida. And here's the memory that just struck me when I said scalded. So I remember that we were there on Christmas vacation or Easter break, and we were up in New York. This is before we moved to Virginia Beach. And we were there for one of the big breaks, and my cousins were there as well. And my grandparents lived in Hollywood, Florida, in a place called Hillcrest. It was a retirement community with all these like 3-story like condo buildings where, you had the hallways outside. You see a bunch of them in old St. Petersburg as well. Those old like apartments where like they're 3 stories and they have the first floor, second floor, third floor. All the apartment doors are outside. You get the outside hallway with like the balustrade and everything. So my cousins and I, my brother Drew, we were, I could probably call my brother right now. Hold on a minute.
Hey, while you're calling him, I'm like 90% sure that my grandmother lived in Hillcrest too, because she lived in Hollywood.
Are you serious?
And what you just described is identical to what I remember.
Yeah, might have been Hillcrest. It was very, very popular. I don't know if my brother's going to be available here at 6:07 in the morning, but I want to see if my brother remembers.
Hello.
Hey, buddy, listen, I'm sorry to call you so early. We're live on the air at 6:07. So in Hillcrest, in Hollywood, at Grandma Minky and Papa Fred's place, do you remember we were...
Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
You don't sound that sorry.
All right, listen, hold on. All right, so I want to test your memory. So we were running up and down the hallway, and I think our cousins were there as well, and we were running up and down the hallway on the 3rd floor.
Yes.
Do you remember what happened?
She said that she came out of her apartment. She said she's going to scald us with a pot of water.
Jeez. Look at that. My brother remembers. Drew, if I was like 7, you must have been 4 or something.
Yeah. That calculates out.
100%. So we're running up and down a hall. One of the old ninnies comes out of her apartment door and says, "You kids, stop it. I'm going to scold you with a pot of boiling water."
That's a direct threat.
That is true.
100% true story. Out of no. That's called improv right there, Roxanne, how I just called my brother out of the blue.
Minky.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, you lay off her, dude.
I'm kidding
Yeah,
around.
your brother's out of
Nowadays.
control today.
What did you say, Drew?
Nowadays, she would have been arrested.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
mean,
Please.
all right, dude, go to work. I got to run. I'm running late.
Adios.
All right, see you later.
Is it
He's a
improv?
man of few words.
Is it improv for me to interject my story about my sister and I when we were in
Well,
the
not right
grocery
now
store?
because it's time for traffic. Hold. No, seriously, just hold it. We're running late. I'm running late. I'm a minute late. Hold
What a
on.
tease,
I'll let you. You can pay off your teas next. First up, I promise, on the MJ Morning Show on Q105.
Really a nice accident.
Exactly. And as I promised, Roxanne is first up right now. Right now, Roxanne, I had to interrupt you because we were running very late in the opening segment, and I don't want to get behind on the whole damn show. So you were about to say something, but I've, asked the whole crew to just be cognizant of the clock, and nobody is except me. And
Huh? What are you talking about?
well, because you're about to go into something when clearly we were at break time.
Oh, cognizant.
Yeah.
I thought you meant coming into the studio now. Okay, that makes sense. No,
Well, you just walked in literally as
yes.
I was speaking.
Yes,
so
I was like, we're on time. What are you talking about?
Welcome back. All right, so I promised that you were about to say something, and I had to cut you off to go to the first break of the show so I could stay on time.
That was on purpose. That was my tease.
Yeah, okay, that was your tease?
Yep.
All right. So I promised that you're first up right now. I will not interrupt you at all. The floor is yours. You were about to say...
Well, it's funny how these stories about old people saying scary things to you when you're a kid stick in your head.
Do we need to back up a second and explain what's going on to folks that are just joining us now?
Sure. I was just about to say, just like you were terrified by this woman in your grandparents' condo association who wanted to throw scalding water on you.
Right.
I have a similar story.
All right, now let me explain. For those that are just tuning in, let me take 10 seconds here. In the opening segment of the show, I don't know how this came up, but I remembered, I had this memory that when I was a kid, my brother and I and my cousins, this was like Christmas vacation at my grandma's condo complex down in Hollywood, Florida, place called Hillcrest. And my grandma lived on the third floor, apartment 305, 1200 South Hillcrest Court, Hollywood, Florida, 33021. Why the hell do I still remember that? Apartment 305. So we're running up and down the hallway. I mean, I must have been 8 years old, 7, 8 years old. My brother was 3 years younger. My cousins, some about my age, some a little younger. We're running up and down the hall making a racket. And this old woman comes out of her apartment down the hall and says, "You kids, stop running and making noise. I'm going to throw a pot of scalding hot water on you," or boiling water. I mean, she threatened to maim us with scalding hot water. So that makes an impression on a little kid. So
I'd say.
So Roxanne, I think, wants to tell some additional stories. So the floor is yours.
We were shopping, myself, my mom, and my little sister, and I was probably 7 years old, and my sister was probably 3. And we were at Publix or wherever we were, and an old woman came up to us because my sister was just learning how to do tongue tricks. You know when you're a kid and you realize...
Popular gal?
What the hell's a tongue trick?
You know, like when you roll your tongue to the side like this.
What?
I have
See
no idea.
what I'm doing? You twist your tongue to the side to stick out. Or can you do this? This is a genetic thing.
Are you going to tell us you can tie a cherry stem into a knot with your tongue?
No, that's impressive.
Can you do that, Roxanne?
My sister's actually better at these tricks than I am because it's a genetic thing. Stick your tongue out. Okay, stick your tongue out right now. I know this isn't good for radio, but I'll describe what's happening.
Well, we
thing?
We have cameras in here.
I know.
We can
but
send people to MJTV. So if you're just listening to the radio
You're
now,
talking to me like I don't know anything that's going on today.
But folks, you can go. What I'm saying is,
what's up?
I'm promoting MJTV. That if people can't see us now, that later on they can go back and watch the YouTube replay of the entire show.
Correct.
You're going to make me stick my tongue out at 6:24 in the morning.
I want to see if you can do this. It's a genetic thing.
God.
So you know when you stick your tongue out straight,
fold the tongue.
Can you fold it like a calzone, or not a calzone, more of like a taco.
It's
like bend it together.
You
so
want me
the
to
two
do?
sides touch.
You want me to do taco tongue?
Yeah,
Let's see
I
you
can
do it. Let's see. Okay, Froggy can do it. You can do it.
I can do it.
Guess who can't do it?
You can't
Me.
do it.
Mm-mm. Okay,
You can't. That's
what a freak.
It's like your lizard face over here. Hey, Andrew, are you getting Roxanne on camera? Do that again. Put Roxanne's camera. All right, right into the camera with your special lighting apparatus. All right, stick your tongue out. And Roxanne's trying to do the taco tongue fold.
Can't do it.
Go ahead, do it.
Okay.
Do it again.
Here I go.
Try. You cannot fold your tongue.
I can't fold it.
That's
no.
weird.
Isn't that weird? So
it's genetic.
It is a genetic thing. So obviously, I forget which of my parents. I think my mom can't, but my dad could. My sister can, obviously, and I cannot. But she was doing this. She was folding her tongue, and this old woman came up to us.
Yeah.
And she was like, Your mother should cut your tongue off with a pair of scissors.
Jeez.
Yeah.
In Publix?
In Publix.
Where? Like in St. Pete somewhere?
It would have been in Dunedin, I think, because we grew up in Dunedin. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a torture method, I think, for
It's like
the cartel.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
It was traumatic, but it sticks
It was
with
El
you.
Chapo's mother.
Cut out her tongue. You'll never speak of this.
Isn't that crazy? But it didn't stop my sister from doing anything. She's very defiant, so she continued a lifelong sticking her tongue out. She can even fold it in half. She can stick her tongue straight out.
Well, hold on.
Fold it
Hang on a
backwards
minute. Was your mother there when this woman said?
Yes.
What did your mother say? Did your
I think
mother
she-
hit the lady?
I think she was like, "Don't talk to my daughter like that." My mom is a school teacher, so she'll come back at, she thinks she's in charge of everybody. She
smacked
is.
her.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
Your
nuts.
mother ought to cut your tongue out with scissors because she was doing tongue folding tricks
She was just learning
in
yes,
Publix.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Oh my!
Not eating, cereal out of the boxes or
pretty
throwing
violent
stuff. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy stuff.
Crazy.
Violent. All right. So during the show yesterday, this was about 8:45. It was somewhere before 9:00 that the news broke that they caught the fugitive. They caught that Cavalcante guy. And we had the breaking news literally as it was happening on the MJ Morning Show. And there were a couple of things that I pointed out. The photo op, remember I said, man, they're taking selfies with the prisoner. So that's turned into a thing. So we got to talk about that coming up. We also have to talk about the dog, the canine that was sicked on this guy. Love the dog's name.
Hell yeah, that dog's badass.
And then, my God, the press conference yesterday. At about 10 a.m., there was a press conference. The governor of Pennsylvania, the big colonel for the PSP, the Pennsylvania State Police, all these agencies, the attorney general for the state, they're all the district attorney, they're all big press conference, and then they take questions from reporters, and man, there is something you gotta hear, and we'll get to that a little later here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. So probably sometime in the 7 o'clock hour. I've got like a number of things to point out from the presser that are, there's one thing that is laugh out loud. It's like, oh my God. You guys have no idea what this is, do you?
No. I'm super excited.
This is great. Oh boy, is this great. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Now, I had a couple of complaints because it was around this time yesterday that I talked about this manipulative story that I was involved with, and for whatever reason, I hadn't thought about this in 40 years? I mean, a long time. And then for whatever reason, yesterday morning, suddenly this goes bing and just pops into my head. And I was going to mention it yesterday, and I did, that I was going to talk about it, and then I didn't. I got sidetracked. And, well, I'll tell you what, our listeners keep me on my toes. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We've got Morons in the news next, but I'm going to tell you my quick manipulation story. And I actually feel a little remorse for this now. And this was a manipulation that I pulled on my parents. And
I mean, we've all done that when we were younger.
yeah, but I don't know.
This is a bad one?
Well, yeah, kind of. I for whatever reason, I guess I have somewhat of a conscience that I feel a little bad about it now. And I just thought about this yesterday for the first time in 40 years. So what did I do? What did I do that this clearly has made some type of an impression, and this repressed memory has come back out of nowhere? And I kind of teased this yesterday, and I didn't pay it off. And I've been called out by several dozen listeners. Hey, MJ, you never told your manipulation story. Well, I will next. First up, I promise, and then we'll get into Morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105 at 6:30. Couple of our great spots. Story. Then we'll get into the morons in the news, and I'm laughing because there are a couple of good morons in the news stories, which we'll get to momentarily.
I'm laughing because you said manipulation.
Oh, Roxanne.
Yeah, you want to explain?
No, I can't wait to hear the story. Go ahead.
He's not talking
Listeners have been clamoring for it.
What is floating around in your head because I said the word manipulation?
I mean, for real.
What manipulation are you talking about?
I have to find ways to entertain myself around here.
What, you're not entertained just inherently?
Yeah, right. We are relatively entertaining, I like to think.
So please explain why you made a big deal out of the word manipulation.
It's a funny word, and out of context, I think it sounds funny because as we went into the break, you explained, I started to tell this story yesterday at this time, and da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, are you mocking me now? Are you, do I sound like that? Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, you're pretty funny, eh?
What, am I funny like a clown?
Yep,
I'm here to
exactly.
amuse you.
All right, so my manipulation story, and I apologize for bringing this up yesterday and then not telling the story, and to the several dozen people that called me out via email and DMs on Instagram at Certified MJ Radio or my personal private email, mj at mjmorningshow.com. Now, for whatever reason, this just popped into my head, and I guess I feel a little guilty about it now, all these years later, but I manipulated my parents on something. I have no idea what triggered this, but when I was in high school, my first car was a 1980 Honda Prelude. It was silver with like a burnt orange 1970s National Airlines like interior, like a... Do you remember? I remember when I was a kid, some of those airlines back in the 70s, the seats were like mustard yellow and orange. Do you remember those?
And people were smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All that smoking in the airplane.
Anybody got a lucky? I'm in C7.
You're in C7?
Yes, that's where I'm sitting.
You mean 7C?
No, C7. It's the 70s. No.
You know, I've heard another story, though, about when people were allowed to smoke on airplanes, that the airplane mechanics, the airframe guys that fixed airplanes, they liked it because the smoke on an airplane would find like holes in the fuselage, little like pinpricks or little holes in the aluminum fuselage. So the smoke apparently would gravitate toward the holes because of the pressure or whatever.
Right.
And they'd be able to find holes because I read a long time ago that they'd find like the nicotine stains where all the smoke was. So I'm not kidding.
I bet. It
I'm
has
not
like
joking.
a yellow, nasty stain. Yeah.
So like people that are smokers that have those nasty like stained fingertips. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I love it.
It's like they dip their hands in Grey Poupon or something. All right, now here's my manipulation story. So my first car was a 1980 Honda Prelude. It was used because I got my first car in 1982 when I turned 16. And the car was like $4,500. It wasn't expensive. And my parents did buy me my first car. And my neighbor in Virginia Beach was an auto wholesaler, and they got the car from him. 1980 Honda Prelude. It was silver, and it had that burnt orange kind of nylon, like, interior. It was not leather. It wasn't cloth. It was like this like nylon tweed. So it was just burnt orange. I remember that. And so that was my first car. My second car, because I was doing a lot of work and I had my own little video company. When I was in high school, I had my own, I was shooting like TV commercials. I was doing, just a variety of video work when I was, in 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th. So I needed a larger vehicle for my equipment. And my parents co-signed my loan for a Chevy S10 Blazer. So you remember the old S10 pickups from Chevy back in the mid-'80s? So they made a Blazer. There was a little Blazer. The big Blazer was cool. It's still cool, the big Blazer. The new Blazer, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's not a Blazer. But the old big Blazer, then you had the Chevy S10 Blazer, and I had a black and silver S10 Blazer. I think it was in 1983. Remember, it had a torque converter problem, but that's a whole different story. But so I had the S10 Blazer, and it was cool. It was a 4x4. It had the red 4x4 plaque on the sides and everything. And it was a cool little truck. I was able to haul all my low lights around to my Ikegami camera and all that crap. So I was working in high school. I was going to high school. I was working. I had my own little video company going on.
Wow.
And I was also working radio on the weekends. So I was doing all kinds of crap. So I go to school, and I went to Ithaca College up in Ithaca, New York. And here I have my Chevy S10 Blazer, and I was kind of getting tired of the thing. And, well, here's my story of manipulation. I told my parents that the kids were making fun of me because I was a redneck from Virginia Beach, even though I was born and raised in New York City until I was 11. But Yeah, hey, Mom, Dad, the kids are making fun of me. I'm driving some redneck backwoods 4x4 S10 Blazer. I'm not.
Dude, that was a nice truck.
It was
Like right now, like that would be like cool to have.
So back in the day, that was a pretty cool truck. It was.
God, you're so spoiled.
But I wanted a Mustang GT
Of
really
course you
bad.
did. Wow.
So I wanted a Mustang. I was 18 years old, and man, I wanted a Mustang GT.
Yeah, that's all you need at 16.
No, I was 18.
18,
Yeah,
whatever.
So I went off to college, so I was 18. And I kind of manipulated my parents. I'm like, yeah, I'm not fitting in. And I had tons of friends. I worked at the Cornell radio station, WVBR. And,
You know what would help Mom get some friends? A new Mustang, I think.
Well, that's essentially what I did.
I mean,
and
gosh.
They bought it.
What a couple rubes.
They bought the whole manipulation scheme. So we traded in the Chevy S10 Blazer, and next thing you know, and we had another neighbor that owned a Ford dealership down in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. So I got a great deal on a 1985 Mustang GT. It was white with like the black decal all over the front hood.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a cool car, man.
And then everybody was flocking around you every
man,
day.
I became a chick magnet up at Ithaca, man.
I'm sure.
With my big fro and everything.
I remember that fro.
Remember, we put it on a billboard.
Oh, I remember.
The ass clown. Instead of class.
No, it was class clown, and then it changed to ass clown.
So
that was one of the best ones.
That was a
I
great
remember that.
Yeah, so it was
some dorky kid. Everybody's like,
no, it was me.
I know it was you, but nobody knew that because it just said class clown.
Yeah. And then we did a reveal, right?
And then you did a reveal that was your face that said ass clown.
One of our other classic MJ morning show, I think it was MJ and BJ actually. So one of our other classic billboards, it was my high school yearbook photo. I've got this giant poofed out fro going on.
Big glasses,
and
right?
I had awful like sun tinting glasses on. And
we got to put that picture back up on the website.
That's an awful picture. My high school graduation picture is the worst.
How did you drive past that thing and be like, oh my God?
So we put this huge picture of me on this billboard, my high school graduation photo, and it said just class clown. And then the reveal a little later, we crossed out the CL and it just said ass clown. And then MJ and BJ morning show on our old station.
I remember that. I drove by that.
Stuff, man.
All right. So that was my manipulation story. So my parents bought it, and before you know it, I had a 1985 Mustang GT.
And there became your history of lying.
Yep. Oh, thank you so much.
And manipulation.
All right. Now, what time is it? 6:48. You know what? I'm going to push off early Morons in the News. I'm going to break a little early. Man, I'm going to be on time today.
Wow,
man,
why?
I'm going to be rocking today, man. We're on time. We're running a little early. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I've got some really good Morons in the News stories, and we're just going to pump these to the next segment. So moments away, Morons in the News here on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, and I still am the ass clown, class clown, whatever you want to call me. So, just call me whatever the hell you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Froggy. You can call me whatever you want.
Sir.
Hey, let's talk about our phenomenal... is the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 7 o'clock exactly here at the MJ broadcast. Thanks for listening as we embark on hour number 2. Can we believe we've already done our first hour? First hour is already done?
It really has flown by.
Man, all right, so hour 2. So I told my manipulation story late. I did that in the last segment, so I'm running a little late with Morons in the news. So let me dive into that quickly here. What happens when you have a maniac that steals an excavator and drives toward Walmart? What do you think happens?
Oh, he's going to scoop up all kinds of merchandise there, right?
How about bashing through the wall like the Kool-Aid man?
Yeah.
There's one thing stopping you between the merchandise and the bulldozer.
Yeah.
That's the wall, right?
Man,
Break that down.
This happened right up the road in Gainesville. Man, suspect in custody after the Gainesville Police Department said an excavator was stolen and driven through a Walmart. Oh, my God. Incident happened at Walmart on Southwest 42nd Street up in Gainesville. The suspect, the perp, stole a large excavator and then took it on a joyride. I took down power poles. The guy's running.
Wow.
That could be dangerous. Can you imagine
Of course it
a
can.
high voltage power line hitting like that metal excavator? I mean, you would potentially get fried, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, so how did he end up going through the Walmart, and how deep did he run over the old greeter?
No, I think they were closed at the time.
No, stop.
Yeah. So police said the suspect then drove the construction equipment, which he stole from a job site. He drove it through the wall of Walmart. Hey, Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Okay.
Kool-Aid! I mean, just smashed right through. So the incident happened at this Walmart, stole the excavator, took out power poles, and smashed through the wall of Walmart.
Wow.
The suspect was taken into custody. Oh, he also drove through a storage unit.
Jeez.
You know those?
Yeah, the ones in the front?
Yeah, I guess.
Like a tough shed.
Well, no, I think this is a whole different place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Officers also said the suspect drove through a storage unit located on Southwest 40th Boulevard.
Oh, was he breaking in to get some stuff?
Well, I think it's one of those outdoor storage places. You know, like
Yeah.
you store it, you lock it, you keep the key. That, one of those places.
You break it down, you take it.
Yeah, you break it, you take it. Man, that's nuts.
Nothing like that happened on my first trip to Walmart. That would have been crazy.
That's right. Your first trip to Walmart ever.
That's insane to me.
It is.
How is that? I've been to Walmart like 10,000 times.
It just hasn't crossed my path. It hasn't been in my normal path.
How does it not enter your normal path at your age? Walmarts are everywhere. And folks, Roxanne had her first Walmart encounter.
And I
At
loved it. I
35
loved it.
years old. How insane is that? How insane?
All right, add maybe 10 or 15. All right, so listen.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Yes. All right, so listen. Roxanne, at her age, visited her first Walmart ever last week.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, because I told you, I grew up on drugstores. I come from a drugstore.
gonna say
I grew
drugs.
up on drugs. Yes, breaking news. Roxanne visited her first Walmart ever earlier this week.
And
Oh, that's
I
right.
loved
Your
it.
dad was an executive for a drugstore, right? Or for
Eckerd.
Eckerd, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so excavator on a rampage.
Wow.
Nothing good happens when some maniac steals an excavator from a job site, you know?
Okay.
It is fun to do on Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, you could do that? Really?
Oh, my God, yeah.
You can steal an excavator and just run over hookers?
You can run over everything and everybody.
Wow.
It's very fun.
This is going to sound stupid. Again, I don't care, but I don't think I knew the word excavator until I was an adult. And my kids know this word so well. Like, I knew digger, but because kids watch Blippi nowadays.
Front end loader?
My kids know all the names.
What about Bob the Builder? Is that still a thing or no?
Yeah. No.
Bob the Builder. That's not a thing anymore?
I don't know. They don't watch that, but
Has Bob the Builder been canceled for sexual harassment?
probably.
Bob the Fondler.
Don't disparage Bob. Come on. You're turning Bob the Builder into a molester.
You look like a little creep.
Bob the molester.
Can he touch you?
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. Stranger danger.
Well, he can, but he's going to get arrested for it. All right, so that's the first item in early Morons in the news. Next, what do you do if you have an altercation at Little Caesars? Pizza.
What do you do?
What do you do? What do you do?
I would say the best thing to do is not get in an altercation.
All right, let me give you a little clue here. So Little Caesars is pizza, right?
I love Little Caesars.
How about AK?
They got a good pie.
Did you not hear my clue?
Oh, there's a gun involved?
I just said
Ack?
I just said pizza, and then I said AK.
4747?
Yes.
What's that?
Guy pulls an AK-47 on Little Caesars workers.
A gun?
I don't think they get paid enough to have to deal with some maniac with an AK-47 for their $5.55 pie. What did Fester say? Because Fester does Little Caesars like 4 times a week for the family.
I thought it was $6 hot and ready
Well,
now.
it used to be $5.55, right? And then
It used to be $5 hot and ready.
okay, but then Fester said they upped the price, and Fester should know because he's at Little Caesars 5 times a week.
It's a very good pie. You don't know anything about pizza, but I'll tell you. It's a good pie.
Little Caesars is not on my pizza tour. Let me just.
Well, you're
if you can in your little world, you can decide what's good pizza.
okay. My little world.
If you want to know reality, just follow me on pizza, folks.
What? Whoa.
Follow me
you
on
don't have
pizza.
a pizza ego.
So this dude apparently was a little impatient. Tennessee man has pleaded guilty to threatening Little Caesars employees with an AK-47 when his pizza order wasn't hot and ready, baby. Charles Doty Jr., 64. I'm looking at his mugshot. This guy is so get off my lawn.
Is he an old man?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Admitted that he pointed the high-powered rifle at the face of a staffer. Can you imagine? Yes, sir. You're working at Little Caesars and a guy's angry that his order's not ready, and he goes out to his car, comes in with an AK-47 and points it at your face?
See, it's that violent older person behavior that we've seen a theme of today.
Get off my lawn. Give me my pizza. So the dude, listen to this, the person working at Little Caesars, it was their first day at work. It was a woman. The guy points an AK-47 at a woman her first day on the job at Little Caesars in Knoxville, Tennessee, right? It happened some time ago, but the guy has finally pleaded guilty. He ordered a pepperoni pie, but became impatient when he was told it'll take 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yes,
Give me a break,
he
dude.
left the restaurant, came back in with an AK-47, demanded a free order of Little Caesars crazy bread.
I love crazy bread.
Crazy bread.
So good. They put it doused in butter and Parmesan.
He comes in, the gun is pointed. This new employee, Kimberly Merle, told Wait TV, W-A-T-E in Tennessee. Then I look at it, my eyes drop to the gun, and he literally pulls it up, points it at me, and says, "Where's my pizza? I want my pizza now."
Man, he was hungry.
With an AK-47. When another employee attempted to leave the restaurant, Doty allegedly said, "Where the hell do you thought you're going?"
What? He said it in that way?
No,
Where the hell you thought you go?
No, I botched that up.
Oh, okay.
Let me do that again. He said, quote, I'm reading from the police report. He said, where the hell he asked him where in the hell he thought he was going is what I should have said, according to this police report. Anyway, the guy pleaded guilty. The victim in Little Caesars told the cops, I never expected somebody to come in over a $6 pizza and point the gun at my face. Another customer who had just received her pizza handed her pizza to this Doty guy and said, hey, just take my pizza.
Yeah, for real. That's what I would do.
Oh, my God.
Be like, dude, relax.
Anyway, he left with that customer's pizza, and then they called 911. They tracked the guy. They knew they had the information on the guy because he ordered a pizza. They knew his name, his phone number, everything. Didn't take long to find this guy. That is absolutely nuts. So the guy has pleaded guilty to 4 counts of aggravated assault. And he will be sentenced in a couple of weeks here. He'll be sentenced on September 29th. This dude is going to do some prison time in the phenomenal Tennessee penal system.
You said penal.
I did say penal. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
A teacher resigns after posting a student's nude picture, but then another school hires that teacher?
Did they not do their detective work to see what her past infraction was?
How the hell? How do you do that? How is this teacher not barred from teaching or getting a job in education for the rest of her life?
Or a job around youngsters of any kind in any capacity?
Happened up in New Jersey, and this high school teacher resigned after posting naked photos of a former student online, has now been hired by another school district. This is nuts.
What's up with that? Nepotism, maybe?
Christopher Doyle, former math teacher at Wall High School, was ordered last month to pay Caitlin Cannon $10,000 for posting intimate pictures of her on a revenge porn website. Yeah, Doyle resigned back in 2019 because of litigation and breach of her privacy, but he was quickly hired by the Perth Amboy High School just a county over. How the hell do you get a new job as a teacher if you're embroiled in some kind of a controversy about you posting nude photos of a former student on a revenge porn website? Yeah, come on, someone like that should never be allowed to teach kids or be in the schools ever again.
Never. Did you mention the child's age?
Well, the person is older now.
Okay.
So, yeah, the person whose picture was posted now is 29 years old. So it's a former student. So this goes back, apparently knew the student when they were, 17 or 18. And it's just an odd story. So the nightmare for Caitlin Cannon began in 2018. She received messages that the naked selfies that she sent her boyfriend while attending Penn State were uploaded to a revenge porn website. And then the website listed the photos under her first name, which is Caitlin. As Cannon and her family received an influx of messages about the photos, investigators revealed the disturbing fact that the pictures were uploaded from this Doyle, the teacher's computer, the very man who taught her in high school and coached her sister's tennis team. So there's some kind of a weird intertwinement here.
Yeah, that sounds incestuous.
But how the hell do you get a new job at another school just a county over after you were embroiled in this maniacal revenge porn situation with a former student?
Maybe they hired her as a social media teacher.
What?
Since she obviously knows her way around different websites.
Who are you talking about?
The teacher.
No, it's a male.
Oh, him.
Yeah,
him.
Yeah. Who posted a revenge porn on this former female student. That's just bizarre. What a weird freaking story. Oh, and then finally here, Allentown, Pennsylvania, tow truck driver under the influence smashed into 14 cars in Allentown.
Jeez.
Last Saturday night, a drunk tow truck driver smashed into 14 parked cars.
Well, at least he's there to tow some of the vehicles away.
Well, I'm smashing cars in Allentown.
That's a good one.
Taking all the cars down.
Oh, man. Guy's been arrested, obviously. A 26-year-old Marlon T. Karaskila was the drunk tow truck driver, allegedly. 7:14 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Michelle made a physical observation about me after seeing me on MJ TV yesterday. And I want to know if you guys agree.
Okay.
So my wife made a comment about something regarding me physically, something that she noticed about me while watching the show on MJ TV yesterday. Hold on to that thought. We'll get to it next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. 7:14. Q105. Hey, the computer, Andrew says, fade on that. That is cold, man. That is a cold out on that song. Can you fix that in the computer? All right, 7:25 at the MJ Morning Show. 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts right now. And, of course, I ask very little of you, the MJ listening audience, but I do ask you to tell 3 people a day that you listen to this, the most entertaining morning show in the entire Tampa Bay area and certainly the state of Florida, probably America for that matter. Tell 3 people a day that you listen to me, MJ, and Roxanne, and Froggy, and Fester on the MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM Q105. What are you holding up? You're you're holding crap up to the camera just incessantly. Stop.
Yes, but
Stop.
This is one of our favorite listeners.
You're still doing that?
She's still
because Fester's not here, so you better believe I'm going to take advantage of it this week. He's the one who rests me out all the time.
Roxanne, you're just distracting me. Roxanne, for the last...
Look over here. Look at Froggy.
I'm looking straight ahead, and you're holding up, like, handwritten signs to the MJ TV camera incessantly.
She's just
What are you holding up?
Happy 40th birthday,
right.
Kim. She's an ER nurse, and she tells me great stories.
All right.
Oh, well, that's nice. But
so Fester's not here to tattle on me when I'm doing it.
I can see you doing it. It's distracting me.
Well, you're a professional.
All right, well...
Man, you guys are at it today. What is up?
So my wife, the lovely Michelle, made a comment. We went to dinner last night because we're going midweek now. You know, without
fancy.
Yeah, without me doing the afternoon show after 22 years, my schedule has changed a little bit, and I love it. So we used to go out like one night during the weekend. We'd go out on a Friday night or a Saturday night, either solo or we'd go out with friends. And now I suggested to Michelle, I said, you know what? Why don't we do like a midweek night out? Just you and me. It's just
hump night out.
It's either a Wednesday or a Thursday. What do you say? We go out for dinner. And Michelle, this is great. Michelle, when I brought this up about a week ago or so, when I brought it up, she said, I was thinking the same exact thing.
Aww.
So it just shows how in tune that we are and how we're like one heart beats as one.
Ew. God, why
Okay, now you're selling it too hard.
Oh, that's like Stacey Q. I need you. Remember? Hey, Andrew, do you have Stacey? What are you shoving your face with in there?
That's one of my favorite songs to dance to.
Where did you get a burrito, Andrew?
Burrito?
Andrew is shoving his face with a burrito.
At 7:30 in the morning?
From Pat, right?
Anyway. Strap in for the rest of the day.
Do we have Two of Hearts by Stacey Q in there?
I have a dance to that.
Oh, good.
I need you.
I choreographed it for my kids.
Yeah, look. Little Stacey Q on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, I stepped all. Let's start again. Hang on. I sound like a lousy DJ.
Come on, watch my dance.
All right, one more.
Moves. That's well choreographed.
Froggy, that is an awful. What are you doing? That's like a lane dancing
that's
on.
That's the hot. So I had a group. Let me tell you about my 3 friends. I had 3 friends that started a group when they were young, and they got like a pop contract, and they were called Hot Sunday, and that was their dance. I was choreographed it, and
that was horrific. Whatever you were just doing.
Have you ever heard of Hot Sunday?
No, I've never heard of Hot
Sunday. It's a band made up of my friend Lisa, Kelly, and Jesse.
I don't think they had a hit record.
It's a Saved by the Bell episode.
Yes. He gets me again. Oh, geez, unbelievable. So I'm at dinner with Michelle last night, and we're doing like a midweek night out. And last night we went to Cafe Paradiso, one of our favorite places. We've been going there since they opened up in 1995. We were like there the first month they opened up.
That's your spot.
Listen, there are just a lot of good restaurants, you know, Donatello, Paradiso. So we go to Paradiso. I'm talking South Tampa right now. So we go to Paradiso last night, Cafe Paradiso on MacDill, and Michelle says to me at dinner, "Hey, you know, I was watching MJ TV, and I noticed that your face looks thin." And I'm like, "Really?"
No, I disagree. I think your neck is turning into that guy we were talking about yesterday from 90 Day Fiancé.
All right. Now, I said, really? I mean, Michelle is usually pretty critical of me, and she's very observant, and Michelle doesn't hold back. But she said at dinner last night, she says, yeah, I noticed on MJTV that your face is looking rather thin. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm working out. Like today's a workout day. I've been working out since February at X-Force Body, and my results have been incredible. But I guess she's noticing my face is getting thin. So
okay,
great. What's the point? I mean, you're just gonna brag about your thin neck and face?
Roxanne, look at my face. Do I look any different to you?
I'm
a little scruffy. I haven't shaved in a couple of days.
All I can see of your face is your eyebrows, your nose, and your eyes. Like I'm looking at you through a scuba mask or something because of our sight line. So I can't really see your face that well.
I understand.
But if I stand up, all right, let me look at turn to me.
Yeah, turn to you. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Our sight line in the studio is awful. By the way, Brian Beasley's in town today.
Yeah, he was here yesterday as well.
Brian, can we please get the new studios? Aside from this equipment is going to die and we're going to be off the air at some point. I'm just trying to put on a hell of a good product here, make a pleasant MJTV experience. We just need to get these new studios built. So I'll probably get fired later today. But,
listen, I have a word for Brian Beasley. This is Froggy speaking, and I disagree with MJ. I find these studios relatively comfortable, and I find that our eye line is perfect. And I don't know why he complains. I tell him every day, Brian, don't complain to Brian Beasley about these things. So, you got somebody on your side, Brio, just to let you know. That's it. That's my message.
Doing some corporate kiss ass over there? What are you doing?
Yeah, that sounds like you.
What's going on? All right, so apparently my face looks thinner.
Can I get you a ring light?
No, I don't want to.
That'll bring out his wrinkles and like skin tags.
Rocks, I don't have skin tags.
Like Morgan Freeman skin tags.
I do not have Morgan Freeman skin tags.
I think you have one under your eye. You want me to squeeze it off?
Tell you what, I want to clip those things off and make a batch of Nestle Toll House cookies, though. I'll tell you that. Tell you what,
Morgan Freeman.
That would be a great contest. You know those contests where you got to count how many marbles are in the giant jar?
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
All of my conventions have something like that.
Exactly. I would like to cut off all of Morgan Freeman's skin tags and put them in a jar. How many Morgan Freeman skin tags are in this jar?
Tell me how many of my skin tags are.
So, Roxy, you said you needed to tell me something from a listener?
Yes. We've got some administrative housekeeping to go through. Okay, so first of all, I lost it, but a texter said that you need to open a present from him. You brought it up. Okay. You have to open it right here before your trip tomorrow. So you're going to do that in a second.
I'll do it right now.
Okay.
I'll do it right
as you're opening.
So you got a text from a listener.
Yes.
And it says, tell MJ that I sent him a package and he's got to open it up before his trip tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. And you'll see why. You'll see why.
All right. And then we got another package addressed to Hal Herman. Wow. Froggy's character on the MJ Morning Show. So
we'll get to that too.
Maybe I'll open them both up right now. Oh, and then the Pennsylvania Fugitive capture yesterday, which we broke into regular programming. Well, we were just talking about something else, and I broke into my own programming.
You interrupted yourself.
I interrupted myself with breaking news yesterday that they had captured the fugitive on the lam. But there are a couple of items from the presser yesterday that are unfreaking believable. I fell over laughing. I choked on my chicken, okay?
Wait, what?
I choked on my chicken.
Oh, you're eating chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I've got to tell you the story in just a second. First, though, do you know the name of the individual that sent me this package?
I want to say Mike. I'm just grabbing at straws, really. I think it was Mike.
Let me hold this up. I have an Amazon plastic bag, and it is addressed to MJ Morning Show here at the studio in St. Pete. So he sends this from Amazon, and he says, I need to open this up before my trip tomorrow. And if you're a regular listener to the show, Michelle's birthday is on Saturday, and we're doing a little birthday weekend up in Virginia Beach, where Michelle and I first met in March of 1988. And Michelle's grandparents are buried in Virginia Beach, so we want to go to the grave site. We want to
that's romantic.
Just a nice reminiscing weekend in Virginia Beach. So we're flying out tomorrow. In fact, I've got to leave the show early Can I, now Fester's not here. Can I trust you, Roxanne, and you, Froggy? Can you do the last segment of the show at
What? No way. I'm not doing that. I'm leaving.
At 9:30. So seriously, I've got to go.
I'm not staying here.
I've got to catch a flight, and tomorrow is going to be our first time ever on Breeze. Is Breeze any good? You know, Breeze was...
I've heard good things.
Well, Breeze is the
I've
guy...
never heard of it.
What? You never heard of Breeze?
I mean, besides what I walk through every day.
I saw the places that they fly to, and it wasn't like there weren't many places that were high on my list, but this is one of their flights, so that's perfect for you.
They fly nonstop from Tampa International to Norfolk International, so we're flying to ORF. ORF is the airport code, KORF, if you're a pilot. So our first time ever on Breeze tomorrow. Now, I'm a little disappointed because I was hoping to fly on the Airbus A220 because I haven't been on an Airbus A220, which is the Bombardier plane that Airbus took over. But now I'm flying on an Embraer, which is Brazilian 195 tomorrow. It's a new airplane, but still I wanted to fly on a 220, but I'm going to fly on an Embraer 195.
Oh, my God, stop.
All right, so we're flying to Virginia Beach. Our first experience on Breeze will be tomorrow. But you know what else? When I book the tickets, I can only buy nice.
What is that?
Only nice was available. Nicer was sold out.
Is that how they rank them?
I guess so. So I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
I'm going to get a nice seat. I'm not going to get a nicer seat. So is my experience going to be downgraded at all?
That's funny.
Has anyone been on Breeze? First time, Michelle and me, tomorrow morning. All right, so let me open up this package. Do you know the listener's name? Maybe there's a gift card inside.
I just told you I lost a text. Too many texts coming in today. But I think it's Mike, maybe. And by the way, MJ, as you're opening, tomorrow marks the end of Mercury retrograde.
Oh, geez.
So that bodes well for you and your travel plans. Because as we know, when we're in Mercury retrograde, there are a lot of miscommunications, a lot of confusion, travel delays. Froggy experienced it on Monday with his trip.
I'm going to ban you from Mercury retrograde.
Well, just be happy I didn't tell you that we've been in it for 3 weeks.
Can I open up this gift now?
Yes.
My hand is inside the pouch.
Oh.
It's like I'm fondling a kangaroo over here. All right, here we go. It's like I'm having some marsupial magic here right now. All right. Oh, it's a T-shirt. Oh, let's see. So the listener says I have to open up the package before I get on my flight tomorrow because this is great.
What is that?
Oh, let me hold the T-shirt up. It says emotional support human, do not pet.
Oh, God, do not wear that to the airport.
So, you know me, I've made, so many jokes about these folks with their emotional support dogs, which the airlines have totally cracked down on. Now you got to have a real service animal certified. This whole racket of 20 years of people saying, oh, it's my emotional support animal. Oh, these are folks that didn't want to put their dog in a crate under the plane or didn't want to pay $150 to put their pet in a carrier under the seat so the dog would be out. So, of course, the last couple of years, the airlines have totally broadsided that whole emotional support animal racket that people had going on. That's why you don't see them anymore. They've virtually disappeared. So the listener sent me a T-shirt that says emotional support human. Do not pet. I'm holding it up to MJTV right now.
So that is for Michelle to wear, and you are the pet.
Well, it's an extra large. This is going to be swimming on Michelle. So,
no, it would have to be the person who's relied on for emotional support would wear it.
That's
right?
great. Hey, listener, there's no...
Oh, wait, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Never mind.
Yeah, there's no name in here. There's no little gift ticket from Amazon, so... Or else I would identify the individual. But thank you. That's very clever. It's very cute.
Very cute.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. All right. So the Pennsylvania Fugitive story. And I've got some audio to play that is just deliciously spectacular.
Pretty good stuff, huh?
So this Danilo Cavalcante, this Brazilian who murdered a woman, who then escaped from this Pennsylvania jail, awaiting transport to, I guess, state prison to serve his life sentence. He escaped, as you know, and the guy was on the run for 2 weeks and was finally captured yesterday. I think it happened, we played the audio. We played audio yesterday. I don't know if I still have the audio on the board, but there was a big announcement over the radios. And here's the capture announcement. We played this yesterday morning when we were talking about this at about 8:50 when they made the big announcement.
The radio room, Chester County government, and the various other agencies working on the prisoner escape are proud to announce the subject is in custody. Repeating, subject is in custody. Authority of the radio room, time 08:18 hours.
So they made the announcement over the radio to all the agencies that the suspect's in custody. So they had a presser yesterday. And when we saw the images and the video first pop up after they captured this escaped fugitive who, eluded police, and hundreds and hundreds searching for this guy. The Pennsylvania State Police, or the PSP, numerous local agencies, federal agencies like the FBI, the ATF, the U.S. Marshals Service, Border Patrol. It was nonstop. In fact, the heat signature that was picked up early yesterday morning was from a DEA aircraft. So they even had the DEA with some kind of, FLIR system or heat sensing infrared. They're the ones that spotted, I guess, the heat signature at like midnight or something yesterday. So it was you had over 500 folks searching for this guy. It was unbelievable. So there's a press conference yesterday. And one of the things that came up during the press conference was the photo op. And I brought this up. I said, oh, man, look at this. They're taking a selfie with this guy. They just captured this Cavalcante guy, and they're taking a selfie with him. And it was like a bunch of hunters holding up their trophy. They're killed during a hunt. So you got all these cops in fatigues, in camouflage fatigues, and they're all around this guy. They've got him centered up like he's a trophy in a tournament.
There's 30 of them, it looked like.
Oh, yeah. And so some folks were trying to make a big deal. What about the photo op?
Whatever. Those guys were working hard, man.
Yeah,
they must have felt great.
Yeah, listen, I got to be honest. One might say, all right, does it exude professionalism, or do you expect the police agency to take a bunch of selfies and a big giant group photo with their capture? All right. Now, while it might not seem like standard protocol, do I give a crap whether they took a photo with this monster murderer who's going to be serving the rest of his life in prison? I don't give a flying crap. If they want to take a photo, let them take a photo, although I recognize that it might not be viewed as the most professional thing. But come on, leave them alone. So listen to this, and then it gets better from here. You got to hear one of the questions that was asked. I fell over dying laughing. Listen to this, the first one.
With the helicopter overboard, we saw the arrest taking place. There was some criticism about the photo op that was taken with the fugitive. Can you explain how that's actually a standard procedure, or what's the reasoning behind the photo op with the fugitive?
I'm aware that there was a photo op that was taken out there. Those men and women worked amazingly hard through some very trying circumstances. They're proud of their work. I'm not bothered at all by the fact that they took a photograph with him in custody. Again, they're proud of their work. They kept the community safe.
Yep.
I say thanks to them and good job.
So that was the big wig with the Pennsylvania State Police, the PSP. He's like some big colonel dude, and good for him. You know what? I give him credit. He stood behind his guys and said, I got no problem with them taking the photo. Now, quietly, he might have been like, shouldn't have done that. But anyway, so what? Big deal.
Yeah, what do you think Grady Judd would have said? He would have had taken a photo, too.
Yeah.
They would have been like, hell yeah.
And I would have said, I don't care. Go ahead. Take photos with this maniac.
Please.
They've done it in the past with other big catches, right? Different.
I'm sure.
I think I
El
remember.
Chapo.
I think El Chapo, but also, the big South American dude, who Narcos is based
Pablo?
on. Pablo Escobar. Yeah, there's a famous photo of the capture of Pablo Escobar. I think it was ultimately captured crawling across a clay tile roof of some building.
No, he was shot dead on a clay
Is that what it
tile.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, didn't they pose around the body and everything?
A couple of them did.
A couple of photos with that. Anyway, folks, it gets funnier from here. First of all, the dog that took Cavalcante down, the dog's name is Yoda.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yoda, a 4-year-old Belgian Malinois, serving with the U.S. Border Patrol, Bortac Canine Unit. He is being lauded as the hero dog that took Cavalcanti down. So the dog's name, I love it. The dog's name is Yoda.
Try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
That's actual audio of the dog
Awesome.
at the presser yesterday. But wait a minute, it gets better. Oh, man, there are 2 additional things. So remember what I commented on yesterday when we were calling play-by-play as the story was breaking that the fugitive was captured? What apparel item did I notice that he was wearing?
Oh, the Eagles.
Yes.
Yes.
He was wearing an Eagles sweatshirt, an Eagles hoodie. And this came up in the press conference yesterday about the Eagles hoodie. Listen to this question.
Do you know where Cavalcante got the Eagles hoodie from?
I do not.
Do you know where Cavalcante got the Eagles hoodie? Listen, they're asking, this is a presser question. Oh, but this ain't nothing, folks. Wait to hear what's coming up in a minute.
Do you know where Cavalcante got the Eagles hoodie from?
I do not.
Do you know where he got the Eagles hoodie? And then the state police chief says, no, I do not. Then later on, the governor of Pennsylvania in the same press conference says this.
And then to the gentleman's question there in the suit, folks, whoever had their Eagles hoodie stolen, if you could let us know, I'll do my best to get you one of those new Kelly Green ones, okay?
The governor of Pennsylvania is like, all right, whoever's Eagles hoodie was stolen by this Cavalcante guy on the run, probably snatched it off a clothesline somewhere in someone's backyard. And so the governor of Pennsylvania is saying, hey, come forward if you had your Eagles hoodie stolen by this scoundrel, and we'll get you a new one. But there's a new Kelly Green one? And the whole Eagles thing, as we brought up yesterday, Eagles fans are nasty SOBs.
They're rabid.
They are rabid, nasty SOBs. So I guess it was only fitting that this murderer was wearing an Eagles hoodie when he was captured and bitten by Yoda, the Belgian Malinois. So, but wait, folks, it gets even better.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, what?
What happens now?
All right. During the press conference, this question, this is like 10:20 yesterday morning. This question is now asked.
Sir, was there any concern that he would team up with another small man to step inside the trench coat, Little Rascal style?
No.
All right,
I remember that scene.
all right, let me.
That's the oldest reference
Oh,
ever.
my
I know.
God. Let me.
What's the matter with this guy?
If that was tough for you to hear, let me play it and I'm going to translate for you. I'm going to subtitle right now on the radio. You ready? All right, this is a question from somebody in the presser yesterday.
Sir, was there any concern that he would team up with another small man?
Is there any concern? The guy asks, was there any concern that he would team up with another small man
To step inside the trench coat,
Little Rascal style? So the Cavalcante guy, he's only like 5 feet tall. So this guy in the presser is asking, was there any concern that he would get on somebody's shoulders inside a trench coat, Little Rascal style?
Is that journalist, a YouTuber or something, trying to get funny clips, funny hits?
Andrew, can you see if they've identified? I saw a story last night that the guy said that somebody asked him, why'd you ask that question? He said, well, because it had to be asked.
Wow.
Sir, was there any concern that he would team up with another small man to step inside the trench coat, Little Rascal style?
No.
And then
No.
just deadpan, the Pennsylvania State Police colonel says, no. Was there any concern that he would team up with another small man inside a trench coat, Little Rascal style?
Jeez.
Oh,
Get your
my.
references together. A little more current, man. Gosh, listen to this. Why don't you play your cake sound effect?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Hang on. I have that here as well.
You know,
All right,
like
hang
the
on.
cake
And-
episode when it was going.
Yeah, when the cake was going.
kids are at the age where they're like this.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I wonder, my kids, actually, I've really never seen many episodes, but I wonder if my kids would think it's a funny show. And, these days, where can you find it?
I don't know if it stands the test of time, does it?
I don't know.
You know what? I showed my kids, I showed Julian and Chloe, I have a DVD set with all of the Little Rascals episodes and all of the Our Gang episodes. And I love the Little Rascals growing up. Now, when I watched it in like the early 70s, I was 5, 6, 7 years old when I watched it. And those things were already like 50 years old.
Yeah.
Those things were already 45, 50 years old when I was a little kid. I love the Little Rascals. And then there was the resurgence. They had the Little Rascals movie back.
Oh, yeah, they had the movies.
They had the Little Rascals
80s,
movie. I think it was the 90s.
90s,
It was like mid-90s, Little Rascals. So when I heard this reference, and Andrew, you know who it is who asked about the Little Rascals and the trench coat?
Guy claiming to have asked the question is a podcaster named Michael Rainey.
Give that guy a biscuit. Man, that's some funny crap right there. So I pulled out my Little Rascals CD.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. And this is actually a CD by a band called the Bohunks. And they're like a band out of Europe. And they recreated all the old Little Rascals music.
Recently?
Yeah, I think 15 years ago. So I had to dig through my collection to find this CD. But if you're a Little Rascals fan like me, this is the music that ran underneath their antics.
Wait, this is recreated?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They recreated this stuff with period instruments. This is all recreated music, and it's perfect.
Why didn't they make it sound cool?
Oh, they wanted to make it sound like the old music. So
I thought they made it sound updated.
No, this is they wanted to make it sound like the old stuff.
Okay, you can stop playing it.
No, I got a couple more I want to play.
Okay.
Man,
yes, everybody.
These are ingrained in my head.
Don't forget to smoke your Marlboros. Feel the lucky smoke.
Hey, little kids, smoke your Marlboros. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, nothing is like the flavor of a Marlboro. The flavor stays in your lung longer than any other cigarettes.
All right, one more, and then I'll move on. But that Little Rascals question, and you should have seen the cop standing behind the Pennsylvania State Police colonel. They're like trying to hold back laughter. You could tell. Oh, this is a famous one.
My grandmother used to strip in her bedroom to that song.
Oh, my God.
That's funny.
All right, smart guy. Yes.
I have some text things I have to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I shouldn't blow you up like this and encourage this confidence of yours, but a lot of people have texted and said you look thinner, and it's all complimentary. It's not because sometimes people say you look thinner and it's an insult, like you're gaunt or whatever, but they're like, yeah, he looks like he's fit.
Well, because I've
got a lot of.
Guess what?
Yeah.
I've been doing X-Force. I've been doing X-Force body twice a week since February, and I've got results. All my arm muscles are back. My chest muscles. Come here, rub my pecs.
Take her shirt off.
You're
so tough.
I'm going to start doing.
You want to have a pose now?
I'm going to start doing the show topless on MJTV. No, seriously.
It'll get us more viewers. That's great.
I'm going to X-Force body. I've got my 10:30 this morning. I work out on Mondays and Thursdays. At X-Force Body, I do the Kennedy location. They've got one in Palm Harbor, and I'm telling you, it's working for me. I'm getting in really great shape here.
Good for you.
So, and people are noticing on MJTV.
Okay, a couple other things. I just have to say this because
can I get back to the regularly scheduled show?
But I have two.
She has more things.
Quick, important things. This is how we interact with people. Doug and I are not separated. Thank you for the concern.
Well, hold on. Somebody asked, "Are you separated from Doug?"
Multiple people because
why?
I haven't. I'll have my ring back on next week. But thank you for the concern and the rumors.
People are noticing that you're not wearing your wedding ring
because I talk with my hands so much.
So why aren't you wearing your ring?
Getting it fancied up. So that'll be next week.
What do you mean you're getting it fancied up?
We got married, so I have to add to it, you know?
Oh.
Doug.
All right, what
Okay,
else?
so the next thing is, this is the most important thing. I need to address this.
Mm-hmm.
This is from a 610 area code.
That's Philadelphia area.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's Philly.
You've hurt my feelings.
Well, Philly's 215, but 610 is an additional area code, like, Ballackinwood, that kind of stuff, yeah.
This text is from the most sensitive person in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You've hurt my feelings. Sad face. I'm an Eagles sports fan, born and raised. I've been a faithful listener since the return of the show. I'm the funniest, sweetest person, and another little happy emoji. And so I just said, I'm so sorry.
Oh, so they're angry that we
Yes.
say that the Philadelphia Eagles fans are the worst, nastiest fans on the
Yes,
planet?
we probably are stereotyping all people.
No, we're not. Listen, all right,
But-
are there nice Eagles fans?
Yes, and this is one of them.
Yes. Are there nice Eagles fans? There are. But Philadelphia sports fans are known to be some of the most aggressive, nasty, horrific, murderous fans. In fact,
Murderous?
I don't
Wow.
know. I think Cavalcante is a big Flyers fan.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Froggy, another package has arrived for Hal Herman here at the MJ Morning Show. And folks, I'm going to tell you right now, I know what it is because I've fondled the ball through the package, so I know it's another ball gag.
All right,
Hang on.
Hal's not here, so obviously
No,
Roxanne's going to have to use
No,
it.
Hal's going to have to make an appearance very quickly. I'm going to need Hal back in. So I'm going to open up the package. And, folks, somebody keeps sending us ball gags.
Yeah, I mean, is this going to stop?
Every day we're getting an Amazon package with a ball gag. Somebody get the gimp. It's like the basement scene in the pawn shop in Pulp Fiction over here. So here is a brand new ball gag with the ball protected with plastic wrap. Let me hand this over to Hal Herman. Froggy. Hey, take this.
Hey, look, I'm here all of a sudden.
Because this all stems from why someone sending ball gags?
Because I'm thinking it was like a year ago that we threw out the idea of ball gag karaoke.
Of course that's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Why'd you ask?
I said that yesterday.
Yes.
So the reason why is like a couple of months ago, I said something, man, we ought to do ball gag karaoke.
I think it was longer than that.
It might have been longer than that. And I said, hey, we ought to all put ball gags on and then sing karaoke songs, and we're going to call it ball gag karaoke. And I guess a listener glommed on and would not forget about just this fleeting thought. And listen, I've got all kinds of, spasms on this show. I have all kinds of coronal mass ejections on this show where I just spout out crap. And so this listener, I guess, liked the idea of ball gag karaoke and is sending us ball gags every day now, arriving via Amazon.
Different colors, too.
Yeah.
This is the first black one we have. We have red, we had pink.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't realize about ball gags?
Yeah.
Which I think takes away the purpose, is that they have breathing holes.
Yeah, look at that. So you can breathe through the whole.
Why? I thought they were supposed to not breathe.
Well, you don't want to kill the subject in the dungeon.
Well,
breathe through your nose,
the
though.
gimp didn't have any holes.
Now, Froggy, Hal Herman is missing something very important, which was left in the studio, which I luckily found.
Oh, my God.
That's right. Do you know what's missing?
No, what? Oh, Hal's jacket.
The jacket. You left Hal Herman's jacket. You left this in the studio earlier in the week, and you thought it was gone.
I did.
And
you thought someone stole it?
I found it, so put the damn jacket on.
Well, it was my way to try to kill the character.
We're gonna do another edition of ball gag karaoke.
Oh, come on, man! That really makes me sick.
And I've picked the song. I see the paper in front of you. Don't turn it over.
What are you gonna do? Take calls on this?
Listen. I printed out lyrics, so I'm gonna tell you what song Hal Herman is gonna sing with ball gag karaoke. So when I tell you to, Hal, Froggy, I want you to flip.
No, I'm Froggy right now, and now I'm high.
Oh, he's Hal Herman.
I just closed my buttons.
Okay. So, Andrew, do you have the pre-selected karaoke track that I asked you to pull? Yes.
Wait, I need somebody to put this on me.
Roxanne, can you please fasten the ball gag? Oh, man. Someone get a picture of this. No, you have to do it on camera. Come on. No. Do it. Do it. Is that all right? Right. Hold on. Is that a good spot?
No, here we go.
Right there. All right. Right there. Fasten the ball gag. Man, some people are going to take a screenshot of this and Roxanne putting a ball gag on Froggy, on Hal Herman. is great. So, what ball gag karaoke song is coming up? Moment. Are you saying tighter? All right. Okay, it's on. Now go back to your microphone, Froggy. Hal. All right, now.
I want her to do it next.
What? You want her to do it next? I got it.
There
All
are
right,
some
so-
images that I'm not going to allow people to have.
All right, put your headphones on. Now, I want you to turn over the lyrics, and this is the song. The song is... Ooh. The song is 99 Red Balloons by Nana. Why? Why?
Now everybody knows what the song is.
Yeah.
What? Oh, you want
Yeah.
you want
You just screwed this up big time.
all right.
People are supposed to. The karaoke is where people guess it.
Oh, I guess I did screw it up.
What?
All right, then we'll pick it. What? You can't say that. All right, roll the song. Go ahead. Roll it. Here we go. Now. Dude, you're losing your... Flash the message, something's out there, floating in the sky. 99. Come on! Let's go by. Come on! Come on!
He's joking.
Hold on, everyone would know the song. As soon as we played the music, everyone would know the song. All right, here we go. You ready? He's drooling all over himself. Come on. Are you all right? Come on, here we go. Dude, this song is coming up. Dude, what'd you do? You just ripped it off.
All right. I'm going to save the bit.
Dude, come on. You just ruined the bit.
He was joking.
You gave away the song. I thought I was going to put this on, sing the lyrics, and you take calls from listeners.
Dude, the minute you play the music, everyone knows the song.
No, you don't play the music. I do it with the ball math. And then when we find out what it is, then I have a performance.
All right, so
don't you get?
Hey, you need a safe word
that
can be uttered through the.
So
write down another song I could do, and I'll do it.
I haven't perfected, I guess. All right,
write down another song.
All right, let me pull another song. Let me.
God, dude, this thing really is a killer.
Oh man, let me find another big '80s song.
I mean, I don't really.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, and what are you gonna do? You're actually gonna print out the lyrics for me? I don't think I need the lyrics.
Yeah. Oh no, you need the lyrics.
Oh God, Roxanne.
L-Y-R-I-C-S.
It's not fair that I have to do this.
All right.
I thought I was beyond this.
All right, here we go. I'm printing these lyrics out now.
People love it. People love it.
Oh, do they? They like to hear me just puke in my mouth? Great.
All right, here's another one. Let me print these out. Hey, I need you to poll. Come in here quickly. So, Andrew, come in here, and I got to tell you, you got to see my screen and what song this is.
I want to see Andrew do this.
All right, hang on a minute.
See, people are requesting that we not play the music. So
no,
then
don't
you
play the
can
music.
guess what
I'll
it
just
is.
perform it solo.
Right. Okay.
And when they get it,
you got it. You got it.
I'll sing it.
Andrew, you know what song it is?
Thank you, Andrew.
Pull the karaoke track for this. All right. I'm going to give Froggy the lyrics right now to another ball gag karaoke. Does Roxanne have to reapply?
Yes.
Roxanne's going to be able to open up her own dungeon after this. Roxanne's BDSM, right? Who wants to see Roxanne in one of those tight, shiny black latex outfits? With what is that whip thing called? What is a flogger? Who wants to see Roxanne in tight black latex with a flogger? Anybody? Mm-hmm. All right. So here we go. Froggy, here are your new lyrics. So let's see if our listeners, if you want to guess, folks, just call up. If you know what song this is.
Oh, yeah, it's too loose. I need it tighter.
Okay.
All right.
Like it's hot.
It needs to be tighter. Yep. Come on, Roxanne. What kind of...
Make it tighter, mistress.
What do they call the women that do the bondage and stuff? Dominatrix. What kind of dominatrix are you? Come on. Make that ball gag tighter. Okay, there it is. All right. All right, so folks, if you want to guess what song Froggy is singing with ball gag karaoke right now, you can call up and guess 800-990-1047. Do people like this?
Yeah, the requests are for like me to have a red room and stuff. I've never thought about this.
All right, here we go. All right. So if you know what song Froggy's about to do with ball gag karaoke, 800-990-1047. Froggy, hit it. Go.
Go like this if you can't breathe. Go like that. I think I know the artist.
What? Don't say it. Don't say it. So do any of our...
Oh, look at this.
Wait a minute. Andrew just said that the phones are all ringing, and the first caller knows what it is. All right, Roxanne is taking the ball. Do you have this on video? Roxanne just removed the ball gag. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. All right.
My stomach isn't good for that. I feel really sick.
Line.
How do you feel emotionally?
Line 2. Good morning. Who is this?
Hi, this is Sean from Tampa.
Sean in Tampa. What song do you think was ball gag karaoke?
We built the city for sure.
It was. It was. You win the used saliva up ball gag.
Oh, look, he has Stockholm Syndrome. He's putting it back on.
Oh, all right. Hey, you don't win anything, but man, that's very impressive that you know that it was We Built This City by Starship.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was incredibly strong. Every line is ringing. Every single line is ringing in this place. Unbelievable. Andrew, go ahead and play the music. I want Froggy to do it with the music now. You ready? All right. Now remember, it starts cold. So, Andrew, you ready to play it? We got to coordinate it. You ready? It starts cold. Ready? And hold on. 3, 2, 1, go. Andrew, where's the music? Hold go. What do you mean it takes a moment? All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Froggy. We built Tampa on rock and roll. Hot hits Q105. I take it off.
Oh my gosh!
He's turning bright red over here.
People are sending me screenshots of me putting it on him. Like, you're enjoying this, but it is like I mean, I can't see why people would be like this. Different strokes for everybody. But
I'm still recovering from those portobello mushrooms from the weekend. My stomach is all mixed up.
Roxanne said strokes while putting on the ball gag.
Dude,
yeah.
ew.
What did I say?
Nothing. All right. Is this a hit?
Yeah, I think so.
MJ.
Yeah.
I think so.
Don't you, oh my
Yes.
God! Dude, you just got your spit all. He just threw the ball gag at my shirt.
Ha!
Oh my
I
God!
spit. Oh my God. I think I have COVID.
Oh my God! You just threw your spit-filled ball gag at me.
Yeah, that's what you get for
Dude.
making me do that.
Oh my
Man,
God.
you know, I'm a. Thank you, sir.
All right, Andrew just brought
I'm a father. I'm an adult. I'm a businessman.
Andrew's brought a napkin in for Froggy to wipe the spit all over his chin and beard.
What's this brown streak on this?
And chair as well. Drool is all over the studio.
Hey, that was really fun. Let's never do it again.
Yeah, let's never.
That's a workout, huh?
Never do ball gag karaoke again.
It takes away everything. It's like all my spit just builds up and I can't take it.
All right, it is the MJ Morning Show here on Q105.
I'm so mad at you because, again, I've sent you so much stuff that you haven't gotten to, but ball gag karaoke,
listen,
much better.
It just stuff is just developing
Yeah.
on this show.
Mhm.
All right, so Roxanne, the number one thing that you've sent me this week that we haven't gotten to, go ahead. I will put everything I have on hold. Roxanne, go. What have I missed this week that you think is essential that we talk about right now?
These are evergreen topics, but I do think the kids cheating in college is a big, I think that could generate a lot of phone calls.
All right, so tell the story.
So I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and she was telling me about her son who has his best friend who has just been called out by his college, School of Business, because he's been going through his accounting program and he's basically just been using different kinds of AI to write papers, to do homework.
Wait a minute,
and he's
using
like,
all kinds of computer programs
Right.
to do his work?
Yes. And they're just so readily available to college students, and that he's basically gone through, he's entering his senior year and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh my! So
because he's been cheating his way through.
An accounting major that has no idea what
Yes.
they're doing?
Yes.
How can you cheat in accounting though? I tried really hard when I got to USF to cheat on my test.
Oh God, come
and
on.
kids don't cheat.
Can anyone
But
just do work and earn these days?
Oh, I'm all about angles. But you couldn't do it. It was impossible. Like they gave you all different tests. You came up, you got a test. You had to sit next to people with different tests.
All right, now,
It sucked.
Now, there are programs that schools, teachers, universities, that they've had for a long time now where they could run, for instance, like term papers through a program and see if there was plagiarism or if it was not original. So I got to believe that they'll be able to determine in certain aspects if AI was used. But you're telling me that, did you say a friend of yours, their kid is about to graduate college and has no idea what they're doing because they've been cheating through college?
Their kids, they have a son, and it's their son's friend.
Oh, their son's friend.
Yes. And so he is now being audited by the school.
Oh, so he got caught.
He got caught.
How'd he get?
And he's panicking. But I don't know the details as to how he got caught. But obviously, there's got to be, like we said, they take a test and they don't have access to whatever it is. And they start to see patterns and say, don't forget, so many of the kids have had 2 years. If you're talking about a senior in high school now, how many years of remote learning have they been doing? They're probably doing remote test taking, so there have been more ways to cheat when you're in class at home. And again, with all the AI and availability of this stuff, kids share resources. Hey, here's a program that writes this paper. Here's, so it's a lot more rampant, according to my friend's son.
If the kid is under investigation now because they seem to have caught him or he's been flagged, they suspect something, he's been flagged, I'd like to know the outcome and find out. I mean, they could strip him of his credits, right?
Right.
They could throw him out of school.
Right. Those are the immediate ramifications.
May I ask what school this kid is enrolled at in college?
Miami.
University of Miami.
Yeah.
Hurricanes.
So with that in mind, you not only do you have the ramifications of could you be kicked out of school, kicked out of the program, failed, whatever, but also just think about the kids who are skating through, graduating, and don't know anything and going to work for big firms and or going to work wherever, and all of a sudden their employer is like, what the heck did you learn in college?
This kid knows nothing.
That's what he told my friend's son. Like, I'm so nervous because I don't know anything.
I'm an accounting major and I know nothing.
I haven't learned any of it.
Oh, my. Did the parents know that the kid was cheating through college with AI?
I don't think the parents knew.
Oh,
no.
my God.
When it got audited, they did.
Now they do.
Hey,
now it's a thing.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
My first cousin, I won't use a name. I've got numerous first cousins. One of my first cousins was going to George Washington University up in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
And he quit school, but his parents didn't know. So they were still making tuition payments, and he had quit school, and he did his freshman year, and he quit, and they thought he was going his whole sophomore year at school. He never went. They found out because a letter came like the following summer after his sophomore year that you haven't attended class, you paid tuition, you're on suspension. And my aunt and uncle had no idea my cousin had just dropped out of school and told nobody.
Oh, my gosh.
Told nobody. It's crazy.
It's risky.
All right, you know what? This kind of goes hand in hand. And I learned something new yesterday. Have you ever heard of imposter syndrome?
Yes, that's when you feel like you're not as good as the position you're in.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
So hold on. How long have you known about imposter syndrome?
It's something that people just have feelings of, especially I think in our business, we have a lot of that because we just have to start working. We don't have you have your first time on air and it's like, go, you better be a professional. And you're like, I feel like I'm an imposter. I don't feel like I'm able to do this.
Apparently, though, this is massive anxiety affecting like Generation Z and millennials right now. And
Yes.
I heard from somebody that we know, and they have young adult children that recently graduated college. And I guess all of their friends or a lot of their friends, they have this imposter syndrome where some of the young people today, and I heard it described as really affecting younger people. That's why I wasn't aware of this. Listen, I'm Gen X, all right? And I haven't heard of this. But
Me either.
This person who's also Gen X, who I spoke to yesterday, brought this up. And I'm like, oh, yeah, and they have imposter syndrome. I'm like, what was that? And they had to explain to me. Imposter syndrome, and Roxanne, you nailed it. But they're telling me that it is rampant in Generation Z and millennials, that they feel that they're not good enough, that they're not trained well enough, that even if they went to college and they have a degree, that if they take a job in the career path or to utilize their degree, there's this rampant feeling of unease and like they can't measure up, that they're an imposter. That even though they're educated and they're just starting out, they feel like that they're not qualified to do the job and they think they're an imposter.
Yes.
What a bunch of weenies.
But you know what? I want to go to phones on this.
And let me just add one little thing to that.
Yeah.
MJ, you package that imposter syndrome with if somebody did do cheating in college, but more so than that, communication. Kids in college, all the remote learning, they missed opportunities to communicate in person, and they have a hard time with face-to-face conversation, phone calls. Add that to imposter syndrome, and it's a disaster for someone entering the workforce.
All right, let's go to phones on imposter syndrome. And I just heard this for the very first time yesterday. I'm pretty plugged in. I do a lot of research. I see almost everything that's out there, but I'm not beyond learning something new every day, and I typically do learn new things every day because when you stop learning, you're essentially dead. So I want to go to phones on this. Imposter syndrome, what do you know about it? Do you have kids, or do you have imposter syndrome where you feel like you're not adequate, you don't measure up, you don't live up to expectations, even though you might have a degree in a field and you're about to hit the workforce, or maybe your kids have, or maybe you know people. Do you have imposter syndrome? Do you have relatives, kids, whatever, with imposter syndrome where they feel like they're not good enough to take the job that they're supposedly qualified for? Let's go to phones. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. That's the number here on the MJ Morning Show. We'll grab your calls right now. Every line is starting to ring. 800 990-1047.
You're making it sound like it's a confidence thing. Like they have no confidence in what they could do. I'm all about fake it till you make it, buddy.
Well, you know what? That's a good expression. Fake it till you make it. But these are people that are supposedly trained and they have a degree. I don't get it either.
That's weird.
But there is an apprehension. There is a fear. And you know what? I think it's the younger crowd, Gen Z and millennial. There's an anxiety level that I think has affected a lot of these kids.
And some of the anxiety, Froggy, you just said it. We come from the generation of fake it till you make it. And this is more generation of like share your feelings, talk, be authentic. Ugh. And we're like, oh, we're just going to shove those feelings down to the pit of our core and fake it.
Like, does Julian feel like he's inadequate to be in film school?
No. He feels good because he's been messing around with film and pictures for forever.
That's how it should be, especially if it's something you're passionate about.
Yeah, speaking of imposter syndrome, I wish we can get our audience measured properly. All right, let's grab... Yeah, what a joke. All right, let me grab Jessica in Newport Richie. Jessica, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Welcome, Jessica. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah, so I am not a millennial. I am Gen X, actually. But I was a teacher for 17 years. And then I quit and got a corporate job with a health insurance program. And I still feel like I'm faking it most of the time. Really? I have no knowledge of the corporate world. And so I just kind of pretend and kind of just try to make my way through it. But I've managed to do it, get promotions, get a raise every year.
So you faked it. Yeah.
Can you hear Roxanne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good for you.
Yeah, Jessica, good story. But is it getting better?
Yeah. Are you learning?
Yeah. I've been there for 4 years, and it gets better every year.
But you still feel like you have a little bit of imposter syndrome?
Yeah. Every time I get in a meeting with, like, vice presidents and things, I'm like, oh, my gosh, what do I say? Like, what do I do? But
I'm sure everybody goes through that.
But do you have a lack of confidence in other areas, not just your employment?
No, just with my employment.
And Jessica, how old are you?
I am 44.
And it's gotten a little better?
Yes, definitely it's gotten better. But at the beginning, it was really hard.
Thank you, Jessica.
Jessica, your boss just texted me and said you're fired.
Stop it. No, you're not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Jessica, have a great day. Thanks. Melissa is in Sarasota. Melissa, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Go ahead.
Just like the last caller, I've been in the corporate world for 9 years now. And I literally feel like I do the fake it to make it, you know? And
Melissa, how old are you?
48.
You're 48 years old, and corporate world 9 years, and you still feel like you're faking it?
Yeah, like
Hold on, you're breaking up. Oh, Melissa, you're breaking up. Try to stabilize your phone. Go ahead.
I said I never went to college, and got a degree, so I kind of just worked my way up the ladder. So when I go into meetings with people who have been to college and have these degrees and all this kind of different stuff, I feel like I'm in the wrong room sometimes. It's kind of crazy.
All right, Melissa, thanks. I wish you the best. Let me grab Gloria in Lakeland. Gloria, MJ Morning Show, you're next. Hi.
Hi, good morning. I'm kind of in the same boat as the last caller just said. You know, I compete against other people that are in business management that went to college and learned all this stuff. And I'm confident in my abilities. You know, I've done it basically my entire career and worked up to that. But as soon as you change industries, I went from managing a car dealership to managing an animal clinic, it felt like, oh my God, maybe I really don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God. And then,
but do you still have fear and do you have anxiety still?
Well, you're confident in your ability, but as soon as you get into that unfamiliar thing, I went from car dealership to animal hospital to real estate, they're entirely different beasts. So, yeah, you're still doing accounting. Yeah, you're still looking at expenses.
Well, a car dealership, veterinarian, all kinds of add-ons. Let me tell you right now.
Try going from radio to fixtures.
Hey, thank you, Gloria. Have a great day. Look at the phones on this. That opens up a line. Gloria, thanks. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Again, imposter syndrome, a term that I heard for the first time yesterday. Whitney is in Tampa. Whitney, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Hi.
Whitney, what's the deal?
My husband has this 100%.
Your husband has imposter. How old's your husband?
He is 36, about to be 37.
How old are you, Whitney?
Same. We're only like 5 days.
So you're 36 years old, and tell us about your husband's imposter syndrome.
So what's funny is he actually texted me yesterday saying, I think I have imposter syndrome.
Oh, my God. He actually used the term. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
So I'm assuming he saw an article or something like you did. My husband is, I think a big reason behind it is because in our era when we were like younger, ADD was a big thing. And like a lot of our parents kind of made us feel like, I don't know if it like belittled us in a way, like because we have ADD, like, you know, something was wrong with us. So my husband grew up, you know, thinking like he wasn't as smart as other kids.
What kind of work does your husband do?
Well, he's an electrical foreman, but also he's an app developer.
He's a what?
An app developer?
App.
Oh, an app developer. Gotcha.
Yeah, he makes appetizers.
All right. He makes appetizers.
I enjoy his hot flingers.
Does he do crab rangoon? God, that's disgusting. I'm sorry.
I love it.
I hate crab rangoon. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but like he taught himself how to code, and he has a really popular app in the Apple and Google store.
Wow. Is he making Is he making some money?
Our main income is his app, yes.
Oh, fantastic. All right, Whitney, I hope he gets through it. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Shauna, look at the phones have exploded. Shauna's in Pinellas Park. Hello, Shauna. MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Hi, this is actually my second time calling in. Yesterday was my first time. I'm super excited.
Wow, 2 days in a row. All right, Shauna. So we hit a nerve again on imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah, so I never actually knew a name for it. But I've been doing debt collection for 4 to 5 years.
Right.
And I still feel like I have no idea what I'm doing, even though I've got the training.
You're doing debt collection for 4 or 5 years, and you still feel like you have no idea what you're doing?
Yeah.
Well, if you're calling, yeah.
Let me explain why.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, can you get a little closer to your hands free because you're kind of fading in and out.
So I'm too nice for my own good. So I have.
Yeah, you can't be nice and be a debt collector.
No.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
No, so I try. I'm like, yeah, I know it's okay. I understand, and everyone's just like, why?
Well, Sean, I wish you the best. Maybe a career change is in the works for you. I don't know.
I've honestly been thinking about it.
How old are you, Shauna?
I'm 30.
30 years old. You're
plenty of time.
You have so much time to go find something. Yeah, you do sound too nice, you know? All right, Shauna, have a great day. You know, I am so lucky that when I had my 10-millimeter kidney stone busted up with lithotripsy by the fabulous Dr. Malcolm Root, I am happy he didn't say, MJ, I have imposter syndrome.
Well, it's funny. Some people have hit me up in the medical field, and like doctors always have imposter syndrome when they start out.
I'm so glad that my urologist does not have imposter syndrome.
I'm just going to fake it today.
All right. Man, look at the phones. Marcy's in Clearwater. Marcy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. Go ahead.
So I started off as an LPN actually in the medical field, and I was kind of cruising through school, and then after I graduated, I think we all get to a degree, like an imposter syndrome in the beginning. But then when I went into RN school, I was dedicated. I'm I'm going to focus. I'm going to do everything I can so that I don't feel that way when I graduate. And now I'm in NP school, and now all this AI stuff is coming out. And I have so many people that are like, oh, I'm going to use AI for school. And I'm like, I don't think that's a really good idea, because it's going to make it worse when you come out of school and go into the field trying to, get acclimated and know that you know what you're doing. And especially in the medical field, you need to know what you're doing.
I would agree with that statement. Yes, I concur.
Yeah.
I concur.
You can't just fake. I mean, maybe in the beginning when you're learning, the processes, fake it till you make it. But when it comes to knowing the intricate things of disease processes and stuff like that, you need to know your shit.
One thing we need to know is not to say that bad word.
Yeah, we can't say the S word. Marcy, how old are you? I'm doing a demographic study this morning.
Sure, I am 28.
28 years old. Thank you, Marcy.
Thanks, Marcy.
Have a beautiful day.
I have news for all these people with imposter syndrome. The good news is, because I used to have it, I called it fake it till you make it.
Yep.
The good news is you grow out of it, and then you get to the point where I am, and you realize you are underachieving and you're too good for your job.
Shannon
Wowzers.
I'm kidding.
Truth bomb.
Great, super. Yeah, you know what? It's when they say, "Oh, I'm just kidding." No, it's what they said was the truth. Shannon in St. Pete. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, how you doing? Good morning. So I used to have imposter syndrome. So I'm also Gen X. I'm 48. I got my PhD in science, and I was running my own lab group at a pretty major research institution. And I, felt inadequate every single day I was there. Wow. And it was really scary and unfortunate, but I agree that, I've changed fields now. I'm still in science, but do something completely different.
But you sound like your presentation, as you call me, it sounds like you're a person in command and control.
You do. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I think that was the case. I made achievements. I got good performance reviews. It's just the field I was in science was just so incredibly competitive, especially for funding. And you were just always competing not only against your good friends, but yourself constantly. And so it just kind of wore me down. But
you know what? I love the fact that Smarty Pants listen to this show.
Yeah.
I've been listening to you for a very long time.
Thank you, Shannon. Have a beautiful day.
Bacteria. Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
I forgot to ask her age.
She said she was 40.
Oh, that's right.
She said she was 48, right? Rhiannon in Tampa. Rhiannon, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Imposter syndrome, a term that I learned for the first time yesterday.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
It's my turn as soon as I cross the bridge, so hopefully I don't cut out. So I was just wondering if this generation, because they've always had to, when they play sports and things, they get a trophy for every occasion. They don't really have to put a lot of effort.
Yeah, you know what? When Chloe first started playing soccer at the Y on Himes when she was 3 years old, and of course Chloe went on to be recruited by 8 D1 schools, made offers to her, and but early on, Chloe, I remember the Y soccer, it was like they weren't keeping score. I'm like, what do you mean? You got to keep score. You got to tell the kids they're good or that they suck,
It's outrageous.
Yeah, so they've never really had to try, and now all of a sudden they get out in the real world and they have to show what they know, and it's there's never really had to be a lot of effort.
Rhiannon, my demographic survey, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
47.
Thank you so much, Rhiannon. Have a great day. Rafa is in Brandon. Rafa, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing, MJ? Me and my girlfriend listen to you every morning. Actually, first-time caller.
Thank you. Demographic survey, how old are you? How old's your girlfriend?
I'm 23, and she's 22.
Awesome. All right, so tell me about your bout with imposter syndrome.
Well, I've heard a lot of people talk about their jobs and feeling the imposter syndrome, but I think one thing about people in their younger 20s towards our demographic kind of feel imposter syndrome just in a money aspect. For some reason, people at our age, we have to be making the most money and we have to be out of our parents' house by 20, 21, and if you're not doing good. And it's a weird aspect, being that even when I was growing up, there would be 20-year-olds still with their parents until they were comfortable enough to move out, being as that's how it's supposed to go. But it seems like with our generation, if you're not, then you're an imposter, you're not doing enough, or you have to fake it like you are going to move out and be on your own and then have to struggle. And
are you getting by? You doing well?
Well, yeah, somewhat, but you see, it seems like I'm too young to be talking like that.
All right, now, what do you do? What is your chosen profession? What kind of work?
As of right now, I'm actually a call center representative for Medicare.
Right.
And I feel like I'm way too young to know the ins and outs of Medicare the way I do.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Hey, listen, Rafa, you and your girlfriend, thanks for listening every day. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Have a good one.
All right, Tony in St. Pete. Tony, hey, Andrew, let me clear the whole board here, and then every line, when someone drops, it fills up. Man, we had a nerve on this imposter syndrome. Tony in St. Pete, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. Hi. I've got the navigation on the car, so if you hear something in the background, I apologize.
That's all right, Tony.
I'm a baby boomer. I'm 68, and I can't believe we're naming this thing. It's called working hard and understanding what you're doing and growing as you need to in knowledge. I was the first engineer to be hired, female engineer to be hired in a sea of male engineers in the utility industry. Okay, I learned from the beginning on, and this was in the 70s when women weren't really appreciated.
And you had to work harder. You had to work harder than your male counterparts.
Yeah, I worked really hard to get them, just to get the degree. There was only 5 of us. There were only 5 of us in the college, 5 females, and you just keep learning. You're going to be inadequate until you learn. Stop giving it a name. The younger generations get excuses for everything. Just stop it. Everybody needs to understand you need to work hard.
I think it's great advice. Tony, thank you. 22 years old, she's 68. We had 30, 30s, 40s. I mean, our demographic spread on this show is, I think, the greatest in the entire market on who listens to the show on a daily basis. Sean is in Tampa. Sean, you're on the MJ Morning Show. 3 more calls. So I've got Sean, EJ, and Michael. Last 3 calls, and then I got to move on. So, Sean, you're up. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Sean. I'm 21, Tampa. I work as an intern for a program, and I mean, imposter syndrome is just rampant in the field because every day you learn something new about programming, and especially with AI being this new forefront of technology.
Yep.
It saves so much time, but you need to understand what you're doing when you use it, and it's so easy to use AI and have no idea what you're doing.
And listen, that's a great point. Did you see, Sean, that there was a meeting of Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg? Did you see a lot of the big tech titans? They met and they somewhat agree that there needs to be some kind of, government intervention or refereeing on AI. Did you see what just happened this week?
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But I can say that the people earlier who were talking about, we were talking about the schooling and how people are cheating through. I think that instead of getting rid of AI, they need to learn how to teach with AI. It's the internet invented over again,
Yeah.
The whole world in 5 years is going to be all AI.
Well, it's a whole changing environment. I got to be honest. I'm nervous. I'm a little scared of it, to be quite honest.
Yes, AI scares me more than
Sean,
those things.
thanks for the call. 2 more calls, EJ, and then we'll grab Michael to wrap it up and then move on. EJ Spring Hill, you're next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing well. Go ahead.
So I think I definitely have this issue going on with the syndrome. I went to medical school a few years ago, and I graduated. I did everything, phlebotomy, everything, a medical assistant do. But the minute I went to work, it's like my brain freezes, and I can't get anything done right.
EJ, have you worked through it, or are you still having this anxiety and this problem?
I still have it. I'm 43 years old, and I own my own business now because I decided to. I have a lawn care business, so I just, there's not much to learn there. You just mow in and walk in and
just mow and go.
Yeah, and I'm doing pretty good. But I did try to have a profession, like in the medical field.
Yeah.
And pretty much I have lost a lot of jobs because even after training, let's say, for example, I used to work in a gas station many years ago. I finished the training, and the moment I'm on the floor, I just it's like something happens in my brain that it freezes up, and I can't get anything done. So I start to feel.
Maybe it was a situation where you needed to go get some counseling and maybe get some professional help to work through the anxiety.
I did, but it didn't seem to work. I'm not they try to prescribe me medications. I'm not a person. I don't like to take pills.
Yeah.
They prescribe me Prazolam and things like that. And,
but you're doing okay, EJ. You're doing okay now in what you're doing, though, right?
oh yeah, no, I'm doing really
Okay.
good. So,
Well,
I
listen.
decided not to just work for anyone and just do something that I'm good at.
Gotcha. Well, EJ, thank you for listening to the MJ Morning Show every morning. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
Thanks for calling. All right, last call on this. Man, the phones, we're turning folks away.
Yeah.
It's like an overcrowded theater and the fire marshal's turning people away. That's what the MJ Morning Show is like, okay? Michael is in Tampa. Michael, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, final call. Impostor syndrome. Folks, if you're just tuning in, I heard this for the first time yesterday, but it was presented to me that it's like Generation Z and millennials have imposter syndrome, that even though they went to college for something or they're highly trained or they're educated, that they feel like that they're not good enough, they're not adequate, and that they're an imposter in their job, in their career. It's called imposter syndrome. Last word on this, Michael. Go ahead.
Hey, how's everybody doing this morning?
We're well. Go ahead.
So, I've been an electrician now for about 7 years. I've been doing this. I didn't go to schooling or nothing for it. I kind of just hopped into the field and tried to get a hands-on learn for it. And I feel like I'm good at what I do and I'm learning every day. But when it comes down to it, the 7 years, a lot of people that went to schooling and stuff, and I talked to them about it, they use terminology and actual, like, adequate words for the tools and stuff. And I don't really know all that. So some days I sit there and I've been trying to talk to them about something, and I'm like, dang, I kind of feel like an imposter on the job site. But I know how to do it hands-on, but when it comes to the knowledge and terminology, sometimes I feel lost, and it kind of makes me feel that kind of way, like I have an imposter.
Well, can you go to school? I mean, you can take continuing education and take courses, or,
I never even went to high school.
Say it again?
I said I never even went to high school. I only made it to 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
I've been doing electrician now for 7 years.
How old are you now?
I'm 25.
25. All right, buddy, listen. Do you listen to us every morning?
Every single morning. It's my morning work routine.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day. Wish you the best. And listen, go seek out, continuing education. Take a contractor course, or I'm sure you can take classes in electrical work, and you'll build up your confidence.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
You bet. Have a great one.
Everything is, if you really think about it, like when you got the job on your first big morning show in Tampa, you had to have been hesitant about it.
I was nervous.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a little nervous. Sure.
It's like the people who go to a swimming pool and dip their toe in and are like, ooh, I'm going to walk in slow. I'm the type of guy who jumps right in.
Jump in.
Feet
Take your
first,
clothes off
wiener
and jump
first,
in.
buddy.
Yes.
That's it.
That's you, huh?
I remember I had, as we're talking about this, I had imposter syndrome so bad when I would go on road trips and go in the clubhouse at Yankee Stadium and go interview people. And Reggie Jackson's there and Joe Torre and all the bigwigs from all the networks. And then, here's Roxanne. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't belong here.
Really?
No, I don't. Yeah.
So you thought you had imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I say that every morning about this show. I don't belong here. It's
All
weird.
right. I saw something on I-275 a couple of days ago. I'm on 275 northbound, and what was this? This was Monday, because I was heading to X-Force for my workout on Monday. And I am on 275 North after I leave the radio show over the Howard Franklin, and I get off at Lois to then get to Kennedy to get to X-Force, where I do my workouts, which are working remarkably well, folks. I recommend X-Force Body in South Tampa or Palm Harbor. So I'm getting ready to get off at Lois, and I see this vehicle, and there was a lot of traffic, but I see this vehicle, and the regular passenger cars that have, it seems like a little trailer on the back, but not on wheels.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing where they can put a mobility scooter on, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then tow it. There was not a scooter on it, but it looked like it had the apparatus to hold it. But there was a sign. There was a sign on the back of this device on the back of the car. And the sign read, and I tried to get a picture, but it wasn't safe. The cars are merging off of, what are they coming off? Like the Veterans area onto 275 North. So it wasn't safe for me to take a picture, but I wish I could have. but the sign on the back of the car said something like, real Christians drive the speed limit. And then it had all kinds of chapter and verse listed, like John 3, whatever it was.
Dude, John 3:16 was a speeder. He was known for speeding tickets.
No, but I don't know. I can't remember but there were 3 or 4 different Bible chapter and verse quotes, but it said, real Christians drive the speed limit. And damn, this guy was driving the speed limit. But I wanted to get a picture so badly, and I've never seen that before. Has anyone ever seen this car driving around town?
That's weird.
So this is person's making a religious statement that you're not a real Christian unless you drive the speed limit.
That is weird because I know a couple Christians, and one of them is a professional drag racer.
They drive like bats out of hell.
Yeah.
Bat out of hell. Look, there goes a Bible thumper right now.
That's Father Harris.
Oh man! Listen, just the things you see around town.
I was driving one time with Lou after fishing, and I saw a car with a big pirate ship on top for sale, and it was the size of the car, and he was for sale $400. And that's how he was selling it, on top of his car.
A pirate ship model, a replica?
I'll try to find the picture.
On the car, and,
yes.
And he had a for sale sign?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wait, are you sure it wasn't the whole car with the pirate ship for sale? Or
I promise
was it
you.
just the pirate ship for sale?
I will find the pirate ship picture and prove it to you.
All right, when we get back, folks, this ends over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Where else do you get this kind of content for this long without interruption? Well, all good things must come to an end. So a quick break, and then we've got another ridiculously long chunk of the MJ Morning Show next, including, you're not going to believe what a DoorDash driver did, caught on a Ring doorbell here in Florida. Oopsies. I'll tell you that coming up in just a bit. Also, a crazy ultrasound story, and I don't know if it's just the power of suggestion, but oh my God, I see it in the ultrasound. Hang on. Andrew, we got to get this posted online so people can see it for themselves. So that's coming up in just a bit. Oh, and if you check into a hotel or a motel, what does a former FBI agent say you ought to do? What room should you ask for? And this is like a safety thing. That's just scratching the surface. Also, this item should never be worn to bed. What? I'll tell you in a minute. Man, household cleaning products are going to kill us. You wouldn't believe the stack of stuff we got to get to. And it's all next. Don't move. And of course, I have the 9:10 must-hear story of the day. The absolute big story, 9:10 story, coming up at 9:10, right after 9 o'clock. Also, we'll give away Kenny Loggins tickets this morning after 9 o'clock here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. MJ Morning Show, Q105, 8:15. Well, we'll call it 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. Another long chunk of the program here. 9:10 must-hear stories coming up. So every morning we do the 9:10 gotta-hear story of the day. And this is weird. And Roxanne, I'm going to look at you. I'm going to stare you down when I do this story.
Creepy.
Well, because it sounds like it's just right up your alley.
Okay.
Listen, I could be wrong.
To find out my alley.
I could be misjudging you, misrepresenting you. We'll find out, I guess, in about 10 minutes. 9:10 must-hear story is coming up momentarily here on the MJ Morning Show. A couple of quickies, then I teased a whole lot of stuff because we are content-rich every day. I can't even get to everything. I saw that the Florida Strawberry Festival has announced their theme for their 2024 event, and it's blueberries. So I thought,
how's that possible?
Yep. The Florida Strawberry Festival announcing the theme for 2024 is blueberries. No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, they must be mortal enemies.
I'm joking. Do the strawberries hate blueberries?
I think I saw a strawberry. There was like 7 of them. Kicking the crap out of a cranberry. So I don't know how to feel about blueberries.
Man, I did buy some good crunchy blueberries at Publix.
Oh, you're a blueberry snob. They have to be the perfect buoyancy for you, right?
Well,
squeezability. What would you call it?
It's crunchability.
Crunchability.
Yeah. So here's the deal. They got to be Crunchalicious. Nothing sucks worse than a mushy blueberry. Oh, my God. I'm about to throw up in my mouth a little. I love a blueberry with a snap. Even so, one of my neighbors, Elizabeth, she texts me, hey, I'm at Fresh Market right now, and the blueberries are Snapalicious. You know, so I love blueberries, but they have to, when you bite them, they have to go. I mean, hold on, I got a Hanna-Barbera sound effect. They have to snap. It has to be like when Fred Flintstone puts his little time card into the saber-toothed tiger, you know, at the quarry.
Yeah.
It's got to be,
Bonnie.
It's got to be like that. So, yeah, blueberries that are mushy suck.
I think blueberries altogether suck.
Well, listen, I was at Trader Joe's.
They're too tart.
Earlier this week, I was at TJ's because, did you see the little stir fry I made? Did you see? It was,
is that what the cool guys call it, TJ's?
Yeah, I was at Trader Joe's, man. I was at TJ's. And I like their baby cauliflower, and I like their English shelled peas. And I made a little stir fry earlier in the week, and I had the cauliflower, the baby. I had some sliced carrots that I put in, and the peas, and I just kind of sauteed it in some sesame oil, added some sea salt and some red pepper flakes, and it was just a fantastic, healthy lunch yesterday. But when I was at TJ's, the produce that I bought was fine. I was going to buy blueberries, but TJ's blueberries were mushy. And I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a fondler.
Oh.
All right, I'm a fondler.
You get your fingers in there, don't you?
I'm a fondler. I'm a fondler. So I fondle blueberries. So if you ever see me in the produce section of your local supermarket and you see some guy that looks like me just opening up the blueberries and actually touching them and squeezing them like the Charmin, that's me. I'm not going to spend $5 on a pint or whatever for mushy blueberries. I got to test the blueberries out, and I can test by feel. They ought to have total resistance. They shouldn't give at all. And I can tell in one flat second whether I'm buying those blueberries, but I got to touch them.
I'll give you a secret.
And by the way, let me point something out. I do use the hand sanitizer up front at the supermarkets before I fondle the berries.
Oh, great. So you're getting chemicals all over the berries when you fondle them.
Oh, great. Now you got to find the dark side of
you
things.
want to hear? So I worked at the produce department, you know, for Publix for like 4 years. And so there's a bunch of secrets on how you can tell if a fruit's or like a fruit. A lot of fruits more than vegetables, but this works for blueberries, strawberries, and a lot of berries. You go like this. Look, see if you have the berry here. The ladies in the produce section used to teach me this. They used to go, "This is what you do, Michael." You go,
What?
and you spit in the berries and breathe on them.
Will you stop it?
And if the berries react
you are making
shut up. I can't believe you let me go that far.
Dude, that is disgusting.
You're defaming produce.
I had you go there for a while.
You didn't have me going.
Yeah, I think I did.
By the way,
I'm a very good liar.
Let me tell you right now that our program director, our operations manager, Slick Rick, he posted a photo on his IG of broccoli. Roxanne, we're doing a show. Sit down.
Okay,
All
broccoli.
So,
okay.
All right. So Rick posted broccoli.
He's stealing your thing.
Hold
posting
on,
food.
but it was awful. It was absolutely awful.
It was awful looking.
Do you know his Instagram?
Yeah, I follow him.
Go look at the broccoli he posted from a supermarket.
Oh, that?
Oh, look at that.
What's the matter with it?
Look at it. It's brown and like it's like mushed and brown. It's like it's decayed. It's like look at the broccoli. It is the worst broccoli I've ever seen in my life.
I won't read that post.
It is awful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So all right. Where was it?
He didn't do the test that I told you about, the spit breath test.
There's no, all right, Froggy, you're making that crap up. I've got good news for you. Guess what? Did you know the big WWE news?
First time Royal Rumble is ever going to be here, and the Go Home show on Monday night.
You already know this.
Yeah. I need to get tickets. Somebody, I need to go to my first pay-per-view.
I thought I was going to be breaking the news to you.
What are you, nuts? I got the email immediately. I'm a part of the WWE universe. You ever heard of it?
So I really don't give a flying frig about WWE.
MJ, make it your goal to get me tickets for me and my children and 5 of my friends.
Yeah, okay, because I got tons of connections for WWE.
If you're out there, anybody in the WWE universe, I know a lot of you live here in Tampa.
That's
Sonya Deville, my favorite.
That's not my thing. I don't really care about WWE, but I know that Froggy eats, sleeps, breathes it.
And AEW.
And when I saw that the WWE Royal Rumble was coming to Tampa Bay in 2024, I thought and Froggy knows all about it.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the big merger between WWE and that big sports company run by that one guy.
Mid-Atlantic Wrestling?
Hey, Froggy.
With Ricky Steamboat and Blackjack Mulligan?
Blackjack Mulligan versus...
When I was growing up in Virginia Beach, so we moved from New York City to Virginia Beach in 1976.
Mid-Atlantic was the best.
And I turned on like Wavy TV 10 back in the day, and Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, man, that caught my... I outgrew it, but man, as a kid, I loved that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
With Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, Blackjack Mulligan, the giant dude, right?
About the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express.
Oh, man, that stuff was great.
My favorite, Jim Cornette. Love you, buddy.
All right.
Hey, Froggy, is John Cena still with WWE, or is he just an actor now?
Yes, he was just at the last pay-per-view.
Okay.
I would like to recognize a very spectacular event at the Lowry Park Zoo. I refuse to call it Zoo Tampa, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew's correcting me.
I can't either. And my kids are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, do you want to go to Lowry Park? You want to go to Lowry Park?
Yeah.
Like, what is Lowry Park you speak of?
I can't call it Zoo Tampa. It's
hard.
It's Lowry Park to me. It's like I still think that the Culver Houses own the Bucks. You know?
See you on the sleeve.
So, all right. So, but listen to this. Komodo dragons were hatched at Zoo Tampa for the first time ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. 6 new Komodo dragons, 3 boys, 3 girls, started to hatch on August 21st after 9-month incubation.
Whoa.
The parents are Anjay and Titus, 13 and 12. These first-time additions to the zoo are a big win for conservation, said Dan Costel, Associate Curator of Herpetology. What do they study herpes? What is a herpetologist? Herpetology at Zoo Tampa. It was a long process, and we're excited that these additions to a key endangered species are finally here. Yeah, Zoo Tampa said Komodo dragons are the largest lizards on Earth, reaching up to 10 feet long and 200 pounds, according to Channel 8's website.
Yeah, herpetology is just amphibians
I
in
know.
general.
I'm joking, right?
Sharon Stone's husband's having a heart attack right now.
It's not the study of herpes, herpetology. But it does sound like it, doesn't it? So,
wait, was it Sharon Stone, MJ?
What?
Sharon Stone's husband got bit by a Komodo dragon?
Oh, that's right.
It was
her,
her, right?
I think so. But also, can you name the movie? Let's see how good you guys are.
Okay.
Name the movie where the Komodo dragon was a centerpiece. Annie, come on. Come on.
I just Googled it. This movie's too old for me.
Oh, will you stop?
Why'd you
stop
Google it?
Googling? You're ruining the show.
I didn't say it.
I don't
know of any movies with Komodo dragons.
Like one of those old, like, gargantuan film? Like, what?
Ba-da-da-da. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. That's a little tease.
What, Cocktail?
No. What other movie had twist and shout in it?
Cocktail? My favorite movie.
How about the Sausage King of Chicago? Yeah, Ferris Bueller. So there was no Komodo dragon in Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
But Matthew Broderick was in that movie, The Freshman.
Oh,
remember?
Okay, yeah.
The Freshman. Matthew Broderick and who's the big fat Godfather
Marlon
dude?
Brando.
Yeah, the
Marlon
Godfather.
Brando.
Marlon Brando was in that.
I didn't see that movie. That's why I
Yes.
had to Google it because that had meant nothing to me. I don't know of any movies with Komodo dragons.
He was delivering a Komodo dragon to be eaten.
No,
It was
don't
about,
eat it.
It was about this. It was an operation that was. It was they were eating exotic animals. That was the movie, The Freshman.
Every time I hear about a Komodo dragon, that's Sharon Stone's husband getting attacked by one is the first thing I think of.
I wonder if any of the concession stands at Lowry Park Zoo, Tampa. I wonder if they're going to offer up any Komodo dragon bites.
Oh,
come
on.
No, I'm kidding. Anyway, congratulations to Zoo Tampa. Lowry Park Zoo. Still Lowry Park to me. And then after you go there, you stop at Bo's and get a soft serve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've been to Bo's, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Bo's is the best.
Yeah.
And if you tip, they'll give you extra chocolate sauce.
I once tipped, and they made me a 4-foot high cone.
They will do that.
Yeah.
It's true. It's a fact.
Fell over on a car's hood in the parking lot.
Like Fred Flintstone.
Like the Brontosaurus ribs or whatever the hell. All right, I have the 9-10 story of the day. Let's do it right now. And Roxanne, I want to see your reaction to this because this seems to be right up your alley.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll be the judge of
because
that.
sometimes you can be a little kookified. All right.
That's strong language.
No. Don't take it personally. But sometimes you exhibit a little bit of the kooky, and you're into some weird stuff.
And sometimes you encourage that kooky behavior.
That's what gives her so much character.
You're to blame as well.
All right. I'll take my lumps.
It's called having a personality, MJ. All right.
This is why I want to see your reaction on this because this is something that I don't know. I thought that maybe you'd be interested in, or maybe you know people.
Let's see.
I saw this and I was like, you got to be kidding me. That moms daydream about being hospitalized.
Why? So they can relax?
Yes, essentially.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
Yes.
Okay, there are a couple things there.
That's weird.
Continue the story, and I'll tell you my thoughts.
Let me read the story first. Lying in bed, looking out the window, no one asking for anything. Yes, that's what they're asking for. So moms are fantasizing, daydreaming about being hospitalized? Hard to explain the relentless intensity of having young children. If you haven't done it, it's wonderful, beautiful, magical, and all of that truly is, but it's a lot, like a lot. It's a bit like running an ultra marathon through the most beautiful landscape that you can imagine. There's no question that it's amazing, but it's really, really, really hard. Anyway, I'm not going to go through this whole story. It's like 5 pages. But there are women, there are mothers that fantasize and daydream about being hospitalized so they can get out of the grind and take a breath and relax.
Yeah, you know what? I actually felt that way when I had both. Well, not my first kid.
Well, look, I was right. I told you this was right up your alley.
Yeah, I see where they're going with this. I mean, I don't fantasize about being hospitalized with like a disease or an
maybe
injury.
a broken leg, maybe?
Yeah, no.
I got to be honest. I think you fantasize about dumping your kids at a rest stop on I-95 outside of Jacksonville.
What are you talking about?
MJ.
I'm sorry.
Jeez, that is conjecture.
That's defamatory and conjecture.
Sorry.
No, but you know what's funny is we had this discussion. We always have the, I don't know if you guys do this in your family, but we have the, is mommy going to have more babies discussion?
Oh,
and so last night we were talking about it.
That
and Doug was like, mommy will not have any more babies or we will not be together. And then Daviana doesn't want any more babies, but Evelyn does. And she's like, Mom, you have to do it. You have to do it. And I'm like, I don't know if I can pull it off, babe. It's running out of time, and obviously the other family members don't want it, but I did think to myself, it is fun to go to the hospital, and the hospital ice chips, oh, they're so good. You ever eat hospital ice? It's so yummy.
Wait, you want to be hospitalized to enjoy hospital ice chips?
Let me tell you, being in labor isn't fun, but sometimes you're on drugs, and I sat there for like 18 hours and stared at the TV in front of me and ate ice chips and got people to sneak food to me. And then I threw up all over my kid once I had her because I had food in my stomach and I wasn't supposed to. So there is some...
We have audio of that, by the way. Yeah, it's right here.
It's official.
So I see the kookiness, but my fantasy is about being at a hotel by myself.
Really?
Rather than a hospital.
There's moms that do that get hotels just for like a weekend.
You want some Skinamax on the TV?
No, I just want silence. I
Red
want
Shoe
no
Diaries.
TV.
Hampton Inn plays Red Shoe Diaries.
Just listen to Depeche Mode, enjoy the silence. Is that it? Yeah. So there you have it, folks. I targeted it at Roxanne, and I was 100% right.
Yeah, there's something to it.
100% right.
Wow. It's not crazy.
But that's nuts, wanting to be hospitalized so you can get away from it all. That's nuts. All right, I had a little bit of an encounter in South Tampa. Happened at the corner of Henderson and Lois. And I saw another person. I saw folks that I just think are insane. So they're waiting for the traffic light. They're on Lois. So I guess you'd be heading, southbound on Lois, right at the traffic light at Henderson. All right. And there's a family, a guy and a woman, and like 2 or 3 small kids. I'm talking in a golf cart. They're behind 2 real cars, and then there are real cars behind them. And I'm driving down. I was at CVS. I was picking up some stuff at CVS. This is CVS. So I see them as I'm pulling out of the CVS parking lot to make a right turn on Lois to get back into Beach Park. And I'm like, oh, my God. And then I see the little kids on this golf cart, and they're about to drive across a road where people are driving. Henderson is what? Is it 35 or 40? People are driving 55, 60, 70 on that road. And if you're in a golf cart against a real car, you don't stand a freaking chance.
Right. I see people do that every night in my neighborhood, but that can't be.
Listen.
I mean, it's still dangerous.
I'm not a fan of golf carts at all unless they're on a golf course.
Yeah.
All right?
True. That's true.
But in a neighborhood with 25 miles an hour, if you're in a little street in your neighborhood, I don't like it, but it's not as bad as the people that are driving these golf carts on real roads. Don't they realize that if they are hit, they have zero chance? So I'm pulling out of the CVS parking lot, and I see the golf cart waiting in the traffic line. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I get on to Henderson to make a right turn on Lois, and there's nothing behind me. And I stop. I roll down the window, and I said to the guy who's driving, I'm like, sir, please be careful. If you get hit.
God, you stuck your nose in his business again?
I did.
Oh, my God.
Because guess what? If something happened, maybe I'm changing this guy's mind. And what if I didn't say something?
Did he tell you to bleep off?
And they were no. I'll tell you what he did say.
All right.
What if, he gets hit by a delivery truck or something? He got some Cisco truck or something, some delivery truck. You don't have a chance. If a freaking little Kia hits you, you don't have a chance in a golf cart. Come on.
There are some communities, though, that are just golf cart based, and the cars have to know, all right, we're going to see a plethora of golf carts.
Don't gum up the works. I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about the regular golf carts on the regular roads. So
that's crazy.
I stop, and I said to the guy, because no one's behind me, no one's honking at me. I'm like, sir, please be careful. You're on the road to this golf cart. If you get hit by a real vehicle, you don't have a chance in this thing. And he says, MJ, I listen to you every morning. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like,
you are a hero.
But I forget that people, recognize me. I forget. Yep. I just consider myself just regular, Joe in your business citizen.
Yeah, you are.
But that's what I did. I had to say something. Not because I want to be obnoxious, it's because I want to maybe try to educate and get the person thinking that, yeah, this is nuts. I'm in a flimsy little golf cart that essentially is the consistency of like a piece of Melba toast, if I get hit by another vehicle and the guy's like, MJ, hey, then the wife said, hey, MJ, we listen to you. I'm like, what the? I hope they took my message.
He didn't say anything about what your message? He didn't say like, and I will take your advice.
No,
yes.
I think, well, listen, I was only there for 5 seconds, but, I had to complete my turn. But he's like, hey, yeah, you're right. And he said something like, yeah, you're right. I'm like,
such a Karen.
Just please, come on. I'm trying to save lives here. Don't drive a golf cart, especially with kids on the regular roads. It's insanity. Do you know how many people I've seen run red lights? Because that's a crazy intersection. Because at that, you have like 5 roads at Lois and Henderson. There's no right turn on red on any of those little streets there. And people, they know that they just want to race through that intersection because it's a longer intersection with 5 different roads. And people will, and this guy's on a golf cart with little kids. And I just stop it, please.
Just go yourself. Don't take your kids.
No one should be on a golf cart on the regular road. And the reason why I bring this up is woman killed after being ejected from golf cart in Marion County. Here's a fresh story from Click Orlando.
Terrible.
65-year-old Ocala woman was killed after she was ejected from the golf cart she was driving after it was struck by another vehicle, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. Yeah. So she gets hit by a pickup truck while she's on a golf cart. Yeah, who wins that?
That's brutal.
God, all right, we got to take a break. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next, and it's always the best segment of the show. The final segment of this program, because we don't care. So it's the best. It is the best segment of the day. Always next. And Rox, you're going to bring in a special guest.
I am.
All right, I can't wait to meet our special guest, a former professional football player.
Star.
Very cool.
Big name. Hold on. We got a special guest next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by and a whole... Final segment here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105 here on this Thursday. Hey, Froggy, I got a little bit of housekeeping for you, dude. I got a set. Well, you know what? It's pretty funny you said that because we got to talk about cleaning products as well. So the housekeeping with you, Froggy, is you brought up a story yesterday about this person that went into Walmart and pretended to be looking for TVs and even got the help of some Walmart dude in the vest and everything.
It's called the Broken Walmart TV Challenge.
And then she takes out a baseball bat and starts smashing a TV at Walmart.
Yes.
Dude,
and she was arrested.
Dude, it was a setup. She's a YouTube content creator by the name of Daisy Dukes, and you rolled into the studio telling the story and saying, "Oh my God, you got to see this! There's this YouTube Smash TVs at Walmart challenge." Which, by the way,
what does Boss Hog think of that?
It's egregious. It's horrific. And if you damage merchandise in any store, I hope they throw the book at you. Don't even think of this crap. You know, the stuff that the kids and even young adults are doing.
It's all fake
to become like famous on TikTok or, other idiotic, platforms. It's like, just stop it. But, Froggy, you thought this was real. Apparently, this Daisy Dukes woman, she brought her own TV into Walmart. So she smuggled her own TV in, put it on the shelf, and then smashed it with a bat. It wasn't Walmart merchandise. It wasn't.
If you remember yesterday, I said, now, the only way this is possible is she brought her own TV and set it up with the guy. Did I not?
It was not Walmart merchandise.
But it said she got arrested. Andrew said she got arrested.
It doesn't make sense. Anyway, it turns out it was her own damn TV that she brought into Walmart and then smashed.
Then how'd she get arrested?
To create a phony viral video. Listen, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you the real deal here, dude.
I would never shoot you, but.
All right, speaking of housekeeping and house cleaning, you see this, Roxanne? I think you might have sent this to me as well. I think we both had this story last night. You sent me the Daily Mail version. I got the New York Post version about household cleaning products.
Oh, yeah, they're so dangerous.
Release hundreds of hazardous chemicals.
Yeah. So you know what I said to you? Maybe it's a good thing that no one ever cleans this Q105 studio.
Yeah, this place is a dump. All right. So, new study published on Tuesday in Chemisphere. The trade publication Chemisphere found household cleaning products may release hundreds of hazardous compounds that could linger in the air for months. So it's recommended to buy green, fragrance-free cleaners. Let me tell you what my wife swears by. We don't have a lot of aggressive cleaners in our house. That's why our house looks and smells like one of those dumpsters behind Denny's. But that's a whole.
Boy, does it.
No, I'm kidding. We got a nice clean house.
Yeah.
No, my wife swears by vinegar. Just regular vinegar. She buys vinegar by the gallon, like at Walmart or Costco, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Vinegar.
That's what our cleaning lady uses. It
Yeah.
smells weird for a little bit.
It smells weird. It smells like you got a salad going for about 10 minutes, and then it's gone.
And then you get used to it.
But
yeah.
it doesn't. But then there's no smell.
Yeah.
And it doesn't leave chemicals. Vinegar is an amazing household cleaner, and people got to realize this. But report out that just these cleaning products, when you look at like the spectrogram, whatever the measurement is here, it's awful. And there are some products that are just awful. The worst: HDX glass cleaner, Scott's liquid gold wood care, and Lest Oil heavy-duty multi-purpose cleaner were the worst when it comes to VOCs. And VOCs are volatile organic compounds. So
Yeah, I knew that.
okay, Froggy the scientist in a lab coat over here.
What's that one that's like supposed to be all natural? I can't think of it. I saw it on Shark Tank.
Formula 409.
Maybe. One of them is supposed to be like all natural and pretty good.
Anyway, so hey, warning on household cleaners. Try vinegar, man. I'm telling you, my wife has sworn by it, and we have a lot of vinegar in the house.
Ew.
I'm just
Vinegar smells like
got a
55
55.
sometimes.
What did you say?
Vinegar smells like dirty feet sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
How stinky are your feet?
Speaking of dirty feet, you just provided me a perfect segue.
Okay.
Researchers are saying that this is the worst thing that you could wear to bed at night. By the way, I'm going to bring our guest in on this before we actually talk about his great event.
Hey, our guest hosted his own radio show in Tennessee, too, so he's a pro in addition to.
Professional football player Logan Ryan joins us here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Logan, nice to meet you, buddy.
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. So let me ask you a question. Wearing this item to bed is worse than sleeping in a toilet. What item is it?
Socks.
Dude, that is correct. Yes.
Yeah, you're weird if you sleep with socks.
Yeah, you're
on.
a real freak if you do that. Dude.
This is a smart dude right here.
Maybe you pictured, like, did you picture teammates' socks and stuff? I was like, those are pretty dirty, right?
I'm like, who wears socks? I mean, that's serial killer behavior.
No.
Socks to bed.
100% right. Socks are nasty.
Oof.
And some people wear socks to bed, but what they're saying is that your socks will sometimes contain the same bacteria found in cockroach butts.
Oh.
What?
And their fecal droppings.
Isn't that the same thing?
Yes, it is.
It's not, I mean.
I think researchers have too much time. There's more issues in the world we got to be researching.
Than socks in bed. Yeah. Who was it? Why am I thinking about a hooker and socks? Oh! Elliot Spitzer. Remember Elliot? Elliot Spitzer, the former New York governor. Remember the hooker? He was client number 9. Remember the whole story?
Yeah.
What was her name?
And he was at my daughter's graduation at Marymount up in New York City. He was, because Elliot's, and I talked to him for like 15 minutes. So Chloe's graduation from Marymount was delayed because she was class of 2020 and COVID and all that. And then Chloe, they held Upper East Side, right off of Fifth Avenue, or was it Park? Off of Park in the 80s, big famous church. And Elliot Spitzer's, I think, niece went to Marymount, and he was at my daughter's graduation, and I'm talking to him. But Elliot Spitzer, remember, he was called out, because didn't the hooker, the call girl, say that he wore socks during their encounters?
Oh, that's weird.
Must have bunions. Or corns.
Oh, unbelievable. All right, I'm going to save this for tomorrow. I got some good stuff already for tomorrow's program. I've got a full show. Oh, and guys, tomorrow, I got to be gone at this time. So
just go on your phone.
Well, I can call in, but then you get on the bridge and it gets all choppy and everything.
Who cares?
So I have to leave at about 9:30 tomorrow. So really, right when we open up this segment, I have to leave. So I'll probably leave during the commercial break, because
I'm not pushing you out, but why would you stick around until 9:30 to say hello and then run out the door?
I'll probably just leave the minute we go to commercial break.
I'm with you.
But Fester's not here, so can I trust
Roxanne? We're leaving.
Roxanne, can I trust you and Froggy to do the final segment of the show tomorrow?
You cannot trust us in any circumstances whatsoever.
So should I put a best of segment on then?
All right, we'll do it, but I have something special planned.
You better not ruin the show.
War of the Roses.
Oh, stop it.
I got it coming up tomorrow.
No, you don't. That phony, stilted phone actor crap. All right,
Will they accept the roses?
Those are all phony. Those are all phone actors.
Well, it's coming up tomorrow, so get ready.
9:30.
That's why
I need an actor.
Well, here's the deal. Like people say to me, "Hey, why don't you do some more crotchety old man crank calls?"
Well, you can't.
Because all those they're real.
Yeah.
And these days they've cracked down on you can't call people and prank them. You have to let somebody know before you start recording that you're recording. So that's why all of these like phone scams these days and War of the Roses, they're all phony. There are companies that provide the phone actors. They're fake.
So who do you want to send these roses to? My girlfriend Samantha, I guess. Yeah.
So
not your wife.
Like all these like relationship phone calls. Oh, let's get so and so on the phone. They're all phony. They're all faked up.
We got you red-handed.
All right. So I'm not here because I got to catch a flight. Michelle's birthday is Saturday.
Oh, happy birthday, Michelle.
And Michelle and I, she said, well, she's been mentioning this, but we finally pulled the trigger. So I just bought some plane tickets. We're heading up to Virginia Beach for the weekend because that's where we're from. You know, I grew up in New York, but then we moved to Virginia when I was 11. I met Michelle in Virginia Beach. So, you know, her grandparents are buried there, so we're going to go visit their grave sites. We're going to, you know, go visit we're going to go to Taste Unlimited and get a great sandwich. And, you know, there's just some cool things. We're going to hang out, so we're flying Breeze. My first time ever flying Breeze Airways tomorrow. Have you been on Breeze?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so Breeze was started by the guy that started JetBlue.
Okay, I love JetBlue.
Yeah, so the guy that started JetBlue, you know, he left some time ago. Can you look up his name? It's like starts with an N, like Nissel.
Yeah, I think I read a big story about him.
Well, Jeff Nissel. Look up JetBlue founder.
Is this like a JetBlue type flight, or is this like a Spirit Allegiant?
You know what?
Plane?
I think David Nealman, right?
Yeah, David Nealman.
Yeah, David Nealman. That's a good question. I think a couple of clicks. It is a lower cost carrier.
Okay.
But I think I've never been on. Have you been on Spirit?
Unfortunately, I have been on Spirit.
Folks, our guest in the studio is Logan Ryan. We're going to talk to him about his charity in just a moment.
2-time Super Bowl winner, right? Or how many?
2 times.
2 times. 2 times.
Wow.
You got two. Yeah. You've got 2 Super Bowl rings.
2 of them things.
You got them on
2 of the greatest Super Bowls ever played.
Wow. Wow. So. We're on Breeze, first time ever, because they fly Tampa to Norfolk nonstop. So, yeah, we're on back and forth this weekend. So I got to leave early to catch the flight tomorrow. So I'm going to turn the show over to Froggy and Roxanne for the final segment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome professional NFL player Logan Ryan to the MJ Morning Show. I'm looking at your resume here, and you know, it shows that you played with the New England Patriots from 2013 to 2016, Titans 2017 to 2019, the Giants 2020 to 2021, the Buccaneers in 2022, and obviously your Super Bowl rings were all with the Patriots.
Yeah, they were in New England.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was two Super Bowls in New England, 2-0 in the Super Bowl. We had the first Super Bowl was my second year in the league, and that was the Malcolm Butler Seattle Seahawks game.
Wow.
Which I thought could be one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time. Obviously, the ending in that game was much watch.
Wow.
Came back from 2 7-point deficits, I think.
Yeah.
And then my last game as a Patriot was a 28-3 comeback against Atlanta.
Wow. All right, so you worked with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
With 2 different teams.
With Patriots and with the Buccaneers.
Yep. And then when I was in Tennessee, we beat the Patriots in the playoffs. And I picked off his last pass as a Patriot.
To
end that game.
I didn't know that. That's
with
amazing.
Pick 6.
Strong safety.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I played everywhere.
So who do you, with the Patriots, what'd you play?
I played perimeter corner. I played corner and sometime in the slot.
Right.
Yeah, we would match up. So I just would follow a guy all game. He went inside, I went inside.
And you're a free agent right now. So are you going to play again? What's the story?
Yeah, man, I'm looking at just the right opportunity. I'm fortunate to go into my 11th season here, healthy. I made some good money. I saved and invested the money, so I don't have to play for financial reasons. But I have 2 kids, a wife. We just moved to Tampa not too long ago, so we're settling our kids down, and now I'm being really picky with the opportunity and finding the right team for me. Financial reasons, also winning reasons, and what team needs a safety.
Hey, listen, you got to like where you work, right? Doesn't matter whether you're an 100%. NFL player or you're working at McDonald's. Got to like where you work.
I met Logan because he works out with Yo Murphy.
Oh, wow.
And Yo's the best.
Oh, wow.
And so Yo and his wife are my close friends. And so
everybody knows Yo.
Everybody knows Yo,
Yo.
right? And so we hang out at kids' birthday parties. So his kids know my kids. Logan, they're great kids.
Hey,
yes.
I'm heading off right now after I finish the show in like 5 minutes. I'm heading off to X-Force Body in South Tampa. You know X-Force?
I don't. I know Yo Murphy.
Oh, man.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So I'm going to work out. Thursday's one of my workout days.
Roxanne and I met at the gym. She was not working out.
Yep.
It was a kid's birthday party at the gym.
Right.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
So Logan, you love animals and you're part of an animal charity.
Yes.
Tell me about this event.
Yeah, so I'm the founder and president of RARF, the Ryan Animal Rescue Foundation, and my wife and I started a big animal foundation because we love rescue dogs, rescue cats, shelter animals, a lot of animal lovers out there. And we started this in 2017. And I've been in the NFL for over 10 years, and I've been to many boring charity events.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All the time. Put on a suit and tie.
Yeah, you ought to get in the radio business.
Get carted around, have a dinner that's not that good, and it's really dry.
Yeah.
So I decided just to have the funnest party and call it a charity event. And what I came up with is we've done this in Nashville, and this is my first year doing it in Tampa. It's called the Chow Down. And essentially, it is a indoor food and wine festival that will be taking place at Armature Works October 2nd.
Oh, wow.
And I got 12 of Tampa's and St. Pete restaurants from Okanola, Love Child. We got some food trucks in there. We got Somi, who has a Michelin star. They'll be there. And they're all cooking an appetizer, bite-sized dish. And you can walk around, and everybody who paid a ticket to be there walks around and has a bite to eat at 12 different restaurants that night. Everybody gets an open bar. There's a live DJ. There's a silent live auction. The VIP ticket guest gets to mingle with the celebrity friends that will be there. And then you get some champagne tasting, bourbon tasting, you name it. It is so much alcohol and so much food in one venue.
I love
please
it.
do not drive there.
Yeah.
Take a Uber or a Lyft.
Yeah, or get a ride from someone.
And then we'll have some celebrity judges. Everybody there gets to vote. Everyone has a little dog paw. They vote for their favorite restaurant. We call it the crowd pleaser, the people's champ. And then I give us a panel of celebrity judges. We got Levante David committed to come as one of the celebrity judges. WWE, we talked about WWE
I see
earlier
Titus
in the show.
O'Neil
Titus O'Neil will
Look
be
at that.
there.
Yep.
Hey, no pressure, guys. I'm buying 2 tickets.
Yep.
So, MJ,
Absolute
Froggy,
Yep.
why don't you get your wives?
Sounds great.
Let's
Absolute
make a.
All right, so it's October 2nd at Armature Works. It's the Chow Down. It's a foodie gala to benefit RARF, which is, again, get your tickets right now. Your tickets can be had at RARF, RARF.org. That's RARF.org for this great local event to benefit animals and animal rescue.
100%. Yeah, man. It's you get your money's worth and just it's fun, it's loose, there's music, you get to wine and dine and mingle with people.
It's a party.
Rub shoulders. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a party, and all the proceeds go to the local animal shelters. We give all that money away. And there'll be some other celebrity judges in there too. I didn't announce all of them, but there'll be at least 2 others. You put my career together, I've crossed paths with many great players, and I'm inviting all the Tampa greats to be there. So if you're a foodie, an animal lover, or just a Tampa lover, I think it's a great event for you.
I think it's beautiful. Go to RARF.org. That's RARF.org. RARF.org and grab your tickets October 2nd at Armature Works. Thank you, Logan Ryan, for stopping in, NFL player and local Tampa Bay resident. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you stopping in.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, folks, we got to wrap this thing up. Friday show tomorrow. Have a great day today. I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. Give me a follow. Hey, do you follow me on Instagram, dude?
I will now.
Yeah, Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. Folks, we'll see you tomorrow here, and let's be careful out there.